It said it was reconnecting. It looked like it was buffering or something. So if you are in here, let me know if you can see me. Um, for some reason, I have to figure out what's up with my settings because for some reason I'm not allowed to orient my camera the other way. So sorry if this looks funny. I'm just gonna have to leave it this way. I hope y'all are having a lovely evening. What is everybody up to? I am at home being boring, like always. But it's been a hot minute. I've been sick, and this weekend is the first time in about 2 weeks that I've been able to like talk without either one losing my voice or coughing like crazy. What's up, Amari? How are you? I figured it would be fun to just come in and chat for a little bit. I'm not elevated tonight. I'm not drinking tonight. So, we'll keep it cute over here, but I am eating tonight because I'm a hungry bitch. But I hope you guys had a lovely holiday. I did not. It was a very miserable holiday. But, all things considered, I think still went decently well. Um, I didn't ask you guys to send in questions, but you can ask questions in the chat. Any topics that you guys want to discuss, we can. Hello, Tyrona. How are you? I hope you are having a lovely new year, and I hope that you had a great holiday. What's up, Natural Monroe? How are you? I'm good. I am actually doing very, very well today, and I also have food, so that makes me very happy too. What are you guys up to tonight? Are you guys just chilling at home, or do you guys have like parties that you're gonna go to? I don't really have friends that do like New Year parties. And I refuse to go to anybody's club on New Year's. I ain't doing that. I have to have a reason to leave the house on New Year's. But a lot's been going on. We haven't really I haven't really been able to post since around like Thanksgiving. So there's been a lot going on, and I know y'all had a lot of questions. Given some of the information I gave you in some of my videos during Black Friday and during Thanksgiving. And I know y'all were like, bitch, so y'all ain't gonna give us the tea. So I figured this would be a good time to give y'all that as well, because I know y'all want to know. What is up? How are you? If you're just pulling up, jump in, say hi. How are you guys doing? Just hanging out at home? Yeah. I always hang out at home on New Year's. I've never been a New Year's Eve party person. I also feel like just there's too many people out that are drunk and or high, and I prefer not to be out. I prefer to be in my house where I know ain't nobody gonna run into me, act a fool, none of that. I'm very boring tonight. I'll be setting up my 2024 planner and putting mini twists in my... That is a wonderful idea. I'm still waiting on my planner to come in. I, customized it, designed it and everything, and got all of my stationery for my planner. So I think it's going to be here this week. I don't think I'm going to get it before I go back to work, though. I was hoping to have it set up before I had to go back to work. What's up, y'all? It's good to see you guys. I miss you guys so much. But I'm a busy bitch now. Like, it's not like I wasn't busy before, but all of my busy was happening like in the house. Like the only thing I really had to do outside of the house is like run errands and stuff like that, Your hair in the community tab is so cute, and I need to finish twisting up my hair. Thank you. That actually was not an intentional style. So I basically here. Are we back? Okay, I think we're good. I don't usually have this many problems with my life. Yeah, hopefully that won't keep happening all night. That's like the third time that's because I had like one day where I didn't feel like I was gonna pass out. So I literally just washed it. I let it like dry in the towel, like got it as dry as I possibly could. And then I just took the Fresh Curls curl cream from Camille Rose, put that in my hair, twisted it up, and I had it in twists for like a week plus because I knew if I didn't do something, my hair was going to be a ratty mess. And I'm happy that I had the foresight to like do that. But I actually really like it like that. I might start doing that more often. Where did I order my planner from? So I am still using Erin Condren. I haven't found a planner set up in other brands that works the Condren every year. So that's what I get. That's the one that I prefer. But if you have like suggestions of places that are like similar, drop them in the comments. Hi, Lily. Currently on the midnight train to Florida, but we here. I feel you. My holiday went well. I spent it with my loud family. I'm braiding my hair and about to start laundry. How is work? Work is wonderful. It's stressful. I think the thing for me is that I can take the kids being stressful. It's like the adult stuff that I really don't want to deal with. Like the moment I have adults and my face acting a fool, I'm just like, fuck that. So like the kid stress, the fights and the attitudes and stuff like that, I can deal with that. But I'm really enjoying it. And it has been amazing to just see the progress as we've continued with this reading intervention schedule, just to see how far like my students are progressing. And how much more they are enjoying like reading. Like my students are actually turning into little readers, and that makes me so happy. So I am really enjoying it. I feel like it's a very good fit for me, but I also feel like because I'm at a school where everyone really gets along, everyone pitches in, like the admin is really great. I feel like that also makes such a difference as well. Like I don't know if I would be as happy with this job if I was at a different school or like in a different county. But I'm glowing, thank you. I tried to get cute today. It's been a minute since I got cute. It's that Danessa Myrick speed, y'all. It's amazing. It came out super cute, and I feel you. I had to detangle my hair before it got really bad for me a few months ago. I was going through it. Yeah. Right before we went on break, I ended up with COVID. And I've had COVID before, but it wasn't like that. This strain that's going around had me in tears, delusional, sweating, struggling, halfway to the ER. Like it was bad. It was bad. And I think it was just a perfect storm too, because that week, we had a lot going on. My brother's back in the house, and that week, because of certain behaviors going on, I wasn't able to sleep. So I was running on like no sleep. And we had a field trip that we took the kids on to Raleigh, and we spent a lot of time outside in the cold. We had to eat our lunch outside in the cold. And I think that was just a perfect storm. And of course, the kids, like, our kids are so like needy. I don't know what's going on at home, but if they see you and they mark you as safe, they're gonna hug you. They're gonna want to be all over you, all in your face. So it was just a perfect storm, and it was awful. It was terrible. At first I thought that because I had to yell so much that week, like the kids were really out of pocket that week, and I'm not much of a yeller. Like I'm a talker, but I'm not somebody who's gonna like raise my voice at you. So like my throat was already strained from the fact that I had really had to just like yell at the kids. I don't really like having to do that. So I just thought it was that. But then eventually like it started getting worse. And then I got this fever and I could not get it to break. I got to like day 5 and I told my dad, I was like, if I cannot get this fever to break today, take me to the ER. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just take me to the ER. It was terrible. Like I was sweating so bad from the fever. Like I had heat rashes everywhere. Like it was awful. The cough that I ended up with was terrible. It felt like the best way I can describe it is if you had strep throat and the flu at the same time. That was how I felt, and it was awful. Yeah, Selena, it was not good. Like I said, I've had it before and it sucked, but the last time I had it, it just felt like I had a sinus infection. And sinus infections suck, but they're not like that, So it was not a good situation. That's really why I've been gone. because I had a lot of issues with my stomach a couple weeks prior to that. And then, like, I think that is also affecting my immune system as well. And so that's really why I've been gone. Like, I haven't been able to film. I have been sick for like a month. So let's see. I got COVID earlier in February and it whooped my ass. Couldn't eat solids for like 5 days. I'm really grateful for my family. Yeah, like, and all of us ended up sick. Every single one of us ended up sick. So for the last 2 weeks, like our Christmas holiday, we have all spent in the bed, like quarantined. And then eventually, like, I obviously got sick first. I got better first and tested negative first. So then, like, I was good by like Christmas Day. So I did like the Christmas dinner and everything and cooked for everybody and all that. But it was rough. We've been struggling. I'm glad you're feeling better. The weather is crazy in New York. How's mom doing? She's really good. She's kind of been going through it too. She had her last treatment, like her last official, like everything treatment, earlier this month, and that really laid her down. They didn't tell her, they really didn't give her the full scope of what the side effects could be. And it was to the point where it had messed with her joints so bad that she couldn't walk. So for about 2 weeks, I was pretty much running the classroom by myself, which was a lot to be thrown into. But I did fine. The kids were more so worried about her, so they tried to be on their best behavior. But yeah, she's doing better now. But then, of course, like she recovers from that, and then we all end up with COVID. So it was just like, damn. Yeah. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. I'm glad you're much better. Yeah, me too. And I still like, I feel like I'm going to be one of those people that has smell issues for a while because everything just smells strange right now. Everything smells really, really weird right now. I didn't have that issue the first time I had it back in like 2022. But this time around, I'm just like, ooh, what is going on? It sucks. My sister caught it 3 times. Yeah, my brother's had it several times because when we were on lockdown, he refused to do what he was supposed to do. Oh yeah, and being overseas and not having anybody, like not having family around. Ooh, that sucks. It seems minuscule, but I'm grateful I didn't lose my sense of smell. Yeah, like it's really annoying. I know, like I can smell my perfumes, like I can smell them, but they don't smell the same. Like, they don't smell bad, but they just smell different. They just smell really, really different right now. So they don't smell bad, but it's just weird. And I have like this lingering like smell that it's like burned like in my senses. Like it's really, really weird. I don't know what it is. It's just ugh. Thank you, Tyrona. I appreciate it. Like we've been going through it, but I feel like we still managed to have a good holiday, all things considered. Like I feel like we could have just been absolutely miserable this entire holiday. And we were just determined not to. So once I was like lucid and not like struggling with my fever, I've really just been like binge watching movies and reading a ton of books and just trying to be cozy and comfy because I know I'm going to be exhausted when I go back to work. Because you know when you're sick, like you're resting, but you're not really resting because everything hurts. You feel like crap, and your sleep isn't quality sleep. You know, so I've just been trying to rest and sleep as much as I can. It seems like you're really finding your stride with education. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm just trying to decide because now, like, now that they've all seen me with the kids and seen the kids' progress, now people are kind of pressuring me to get my teaching license. And I don't know if I want to do that. See, this is the thing. Doing what I'm doing now, I get to be hands-on with the kids and I get to be hands-on with parents as I decide that I want to. Like, that's not a requirement of me. But like with the way that things are set up, because I'm in mom's classroom all day and I switch between like her and the class across the hall, and I'm pulling those children all day. A lot of times I do sit in on conferences with our homeroom class just because I feel like the parents have a right to know who it is with them all day. Like I'm essentially like, yeah, I'm a reading interventionist, but I also am essentially a TA for my mom, you know? So they're with me all day, and I think that they have the right to know who was with their kid all day because I know that their kids go home and talk about me. But that's a choice. It's not a requirement. You know what I mean? So like, I enjoy doing the planning. I enjoy coming up with the stuff for the curriculum. I have a lot of things that I pull out for the kids, just to add to what they want us, to give them for that. I just don't know if I want to go so far as to have a classroom. And with my science background, they are itching to get me into like middle school or high school. And I know I absolutely could not do high school. I enjoy working with the littles, but I think I would pull my hair out if I had to do high school. The only way I could ever see myself doing high school would be to be working with the kids in music. And that's about it. Did you do any Black Friday shopping? I did. Um, I have not had the opportunity to film anything because I haven't been able to talk. But I do have all of the hair stuff. The last of my stuff came in literally the week that I got sick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film the hair portion tomorrow of that haul. And then once the rest of my stuff gets here, I'll do a haul with my Black Friday fragrance and body care stuff. Because I ended up getting a lot of stuff. I was over my budget. Don't judge me. But I got some good shit though. I got some really good shit though. But for the most part, like the shipping was really good. The only brand that I really had to wait on was Soultanicals, and I expected that. But y'all know, like every year I have all these issues with Camille Rose, and Janelle said, we ain't doing that this year. Listen, I got in, I got out, and they had my stuff shipped like 2 days after Black Friday. And the only reason I got my package later than what it was supposed to be was because we had new people with USPS, and they was acting stupid trying to stick that package in my mailbox and not putting it on the damn doorstep. But aside from that, like, our experience is really good. The only place that I'm waiting on is Butter Baby. So once I get my Butter Baby stuff in, I'll do a fragrance and body care haul too. Would Vicks help? I tried. It's not helping. Like, I don't know what it is that's going on. It seems like certain like aromatics in food, like garlic or onion, like even smoked paprika, like whenever I eat, it just kind of like is like burned into my nose. Like the smell doesn't go away. It's weird. Drink lots of fluids. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've been drinking lots of fluids, and then my dad has been making this tea for me that he read about, and it has been really helping. It has like lemon, there's honey, ginger, thyme, and he's just been like, he's had me like pounding it since he heard the cough that I had. Because the minute he heard me coughing, he was like, oh hell no. Because I'm usually the type of person, like, I don't really have a lot of like lung issues. I don't really have like a bad cough or anything like that. So when he heard me struggling, he was like, yeah, no, we're gonna nip this in the bud right now. And I really feel like the only reason I got well as quickly as I did was because of that. I have been pounding fluids. It's either under 7 or college folk. Yes. Listen, I can't. I am not. I'm not. Yeah. I kind of did some damage for Candle Day. I did not shop Candle Day. I actually have been holding pretty tight to just not shopping a lot of brands and boycotting a lot of stuff because of the things that are going on over in Palestine. So I've been like really good with that. So I didn't shop Candle Day. Honestly, I haven't really felt a lot of motivation to shop Bath and Body Works anyway because they were acting foolish. Like, spending hundreds of dollars every month, and you only send like coupons to a handful of people. They didn't start sending me coupons again until I completely stopped buying from them months ago. Now they send them often because they want me to start spending money again. And I'm just like, yeah, I see what y'all are doing. So I'm still a little salty with Bath and Body Works, if I'm being honest. I really need to re-up on my Posh candles. I'll probably re-up on her stuff, and that'll probably be like the core like candle brand I use from now on. But I don't really burn candles like I used to. I used to be like candle crazy, and I don't burn candles as much as I used to. Can we get a sneak peek? I didn't buy any hair products for Black Friday. I moved all of them out of my way. Actually, I have them underneath my chair, so I can't really pull them out. But I shopped Camille Rose, Curly Bell, Soultanicals, and that was like the main brands that I shopped for hair. And then I purchased some new fragrances from a brand called Sphinx. I picked up a couple of other like really like viral perfumes for my collection. I got a bunch of stuff from Butter Me Up Goods. Well, they're Melted Skincare now. So they're called Melted Skincare now. And I also got a crap ton of stuff from Butter Baby. I got some really nice body washes from Native. So yeah, the only thing I have in front of me at the moment um is like my body stuff. Like I have this from Melted Skincare. This is called Celtic Moon Spice. It smells like homemade apple butter. It's really, really nice. And I don't know like what they've done with the texture of these body butters, but I hope they don't change them. They've been changing a lot, going back and forth with formulas and stuff. This formula that they have here, like it literally melts. This stuff like came like when it came, it was freezing outside and it was still like movable. Like it just melted like butter in your hands. So I hope they don't change this formula. They've changed a lot of things, and I think their stuff has always been really, really good. But what they have right here, they need to keep. And I also got Dulce from Rosie Jane. This has been like really talked about, and it smells so good. It smells like, okay, this is kind of going to show my age a little bit because I know that they don't have these. They're not as popular as they used to be. But think about being at Dairy Queen and getting a soft serve cone and they go to dip the cone. Like that's what this smells like. Like a vanilla soft serve cone from Dairy Queen that they're literally like dipping right in front of you. That's what this smells like. It's really, really nice. And I also got the body products too. I have the body wash in my shower and the body milk. They're all really, really good. But yeah, the hair stuff is like up under my chair. I can't really pull it out at the moment, but I got good stuff. I ended up missing Angel Day because I was high on cold medicine and like floating in the ether, having insane fever dreams and stuff. Because by the time I got all of my stuff fixed, because my bank was low key like, hey, we think someone's using your account. And I'm like, no, I'm just actually spending money again. A lot of the things I wanted were sold out from Curls and Potions. So I was going to wait for Angel Day, but then I ended up being sick on Angel Day. So it just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy the stuff full price. Like if it's a Black owned brand and I really want to try the stuff and review it, I will pay full price for it. So, his tea combo sounds, but it was on point. Like when I tell you, and the ginger really helped to soothe my throat. Yeah, like he jumped up and was like Papa Nurse, and thank God for him. Let's see. I did some shopping. I bought hair and body care products. Yeah, that was like the main thing I did. Like I got hair and I got tons of body care and tons of fragrance. I went back and rewatched a lot of your old videos because I've been back in my hair care bag. Those videos are so thorough and knowledgeable. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that they help. Like, I know a lot of people are so desperate for short form content, but my thing is that, like, I want you guys to be able to go back to any video at any point during my journey and feel like you're getting useful information. And I can wrap a video up in 5 minutes, but you're going to have about 50 questions in the comments, you know? So that's the kind of stuff that I like to watch, and that's the stuff that I like to give y'all. I buy my candles from Ulta and Goose Creek. I've never tried Goose Creek. I've heard good things about them, but I've never tried them. I used to be a Yankee Candle girl before I ever got into Bath and Body Works, but Yankee Candle is not what Yankee Candle used to be. It ain't the same now. There's some candles I need to return to, but I would like to plan a trip downtown, and I don't look. I feel you. Y'all know me and my drive has been crazy. I'm getting there though. I have been working on my driving. I don't have panic attacks about being behind the wheel the way that I used to. So I'm getting there. And especially because like being in a relationship and we are not like long distance, but it's long enough, like especially coming from work. Like I work 45 minutes away from where I am, but where I live is smack dab in between like where I work. and where my man lives. So it's not really like I'm not comfortable driving that distance yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm doing it for him. See, I must like his ass, okay? I must like his ass. But I already told him, like, I'm a passenger princess, so like, yeah, like I can drive, but I'm gonna need you, like, you still gonna have to come and get me because I'm a passenger princess through and through. Dulce is good. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but it's so good. I love wearing it at night, but I feel like it's also really just nice to just wear on its own or like sweeten up any other scent, like putting it on top of something. It brings out so much in other fragrances. I also got Bianca Latte. I don't have it over here, but I do have the lotion because I got lotion too. This was a $60 lotion, y'all. It was worth it though. It was worth it though. Bianca Latte, people hype that shit up. It's worth it. Like, it is so worth it. I wore this to work a couple of weeks ago, and I walked by a class, and one of the girls in the class stopped and was like, Miss Bree, what are you wearing? Because you smell delicious. And y'all know I make sure I smell good because the thing is, kids will tell you if you stink. They don't care if they hurt your feelings. They will tell you if you are funky. So I always make sure I smell good, and especially because they always want a hug. Everybody want a hug. So I always make sure I smell good. And this stuff, it's bomb. This is really gonna pop off for sneaky link time. Because my man is also a freak head. So, sis got her a man. I did. I like him, even though he makes me want to punch him in the face. Yeah, I found a man. He is my man, and he is also my dom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've been having some issues though, but we'll see how it works out. I think it's just, you know, when you're like me, like I've been single for 5 years, and for me, I've turned into like the cutoff person, you know, like whenever things kind of start to get rough, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this shit. I know this is bad, but sometimes it's like, man, I won't do this shit. And I'm just like, it's not all about you anymore, Brie. Like, I can't just up and just be like, deuces, you know, like I committed to being in this relationship. But it's, there are a couple of red flags, but it's more of red flags because of how he was raised and very clearly like his family dynamics. And so he's trying really hard to meet me halfway. I will give him that. He is trying really, really hard. And I think it's kind of like up to me to decide like what I can go with or without in a relationship. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He calls me a good girl. I told you guys that I was going to get one. I didn't plan on getting both though. It just so happened that way. But yeah, like we've definitely had our issues. He is very like he's affectionate to a point, but I don't think that he is the type of person that really like feeds off of affection, whereas I'm the type of person like I desperately have a need to give affection and receive affection. And he's good at giving affection in the moment, but he's not good at receiving it. And that has been very difficult for me because I'm just like, I'm a lovey-dovey person. I am a softie. Like, can I be an asshole? Yes. But I'm also a softie. Like, I want to love up on you. Like, I'm gonna give you like cute pet names and all that shit. Like, that's the kind of girl that I am. And that stuff stresses him out. So I think there are a lot of things about us that are incredibly compatible, but there are just some things that like we're trying to figure out. Well, I'm trying to figure out because him, in his mind, this is endgame. He already told me that. He's already planning on getting a house. He's already told me how many kids he wants. He's ready to just like lock it down. And I'm just like, whoa there, buddy. Whoa. But he's also like 33. So he has like done a lot of traveling, like he's been working really hard. He is ready to settle. And I'm just like, bro, It's been 5 years. Like, I just got my coochie fixed. I'm not quite ready to settle. And he's just like, yeah, I want like a house and a dog and 5 kids. And yeah. So in his mind, like, this is it. My mind's not quite there yet. So we shall see. We shall see. He is determined to have a house by September. Um, and he wants this to be very much official within the next like year or two. We'll see if I stay that long. We'll see if I stay that long. Not y'all being shocked in the comments. I know. Like I told you guys, I was gonna start dating again. I just didn't expect to start dating and then be like, I'm really into this guy. Like I didn't see that coming. I'll be honest, like the majority of the men that I have interacted with haven't made it to the I want to go on a date with you stage. Like they haven't. The majority of men that I have interacted with, I've been like, I don't even want to walk into the same grocery store as you. You know? So finding somebody that was just, I was like, oh my God, like I think I might actually want to leave the house for this man. And he's been really patient. Like you guys know I have a lot of hangups, especially like with my body, and there's so many things that I don't know about my body anymore and like don't know what works or feels good anymore. And he's been incredibly patient. And you know, yeah. He's in a lot of ways he's been exactly what I've been looking for. You know, so my tolerance is so low. I be feeling I'm gonna be single for a while. I get turned off. So yeah, I get that. I have to work on myself, so I'm chilling, but it's bad out here. Yeah. I think I finally just reached a point where I was like, I can't turn working on myself into my entire personality, or I'm going to be working on myself for the rest of my life. This is the thing, like, I don't have a fear of being alone, right? I have had a lot of romantic love in my life. I have had a couple of incredible, like, great loves in my life. I have amazing people in my family in my corner, and I could see myself being content just being a single auntie for the rest of my life. Like, I really could. Because I love my solitude. And I love the peace and comfort that comes with being single. But I do also love being in a relationship, you know? Like I could totally see myself being single and just like having a daddy dom on the side, you know? But I'm also kind of enjoying like the relationship life. It's been a while since I've done this. I haven't been in a serious relationship since like a few months before I graduated college, because me and my boyfriend at the time broke up around then. He basically like disappeared on me, like he just abandoned me. And that was kind of it. Like I wasn't really in the headspace of wanting to be in a relationship. And so I was with somebody who is non-monogamous, and we had some stuff going on for a while. But I wasn't in anything like committed, you know? So congrats with the new boo. Are you long distance? Yeah, it's not really long distance. He lives maybe like 45 minutes away from me, but like I said, it feels long distance because the place that I work at is also 45 minutes away from me. So like where I live is directly in between my work and my play. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I don't want to drive all the way over there from where I'm at. I don't want to drive here after I get off of work. So, and he has a lot going on with his family. He recently lost a family member that he had been taking care of. It's been a hot mess. So, and a lot of the issues that we've had crop up happened like right after that happened. So, as I feel like we're kind of getting hit with like a lot of like those kind of things very early on. I feel like that could be a very good thing because it's giving us the opportunity to like talk and figure things out. But he is a really good communicator when he is out of his head, you know? That was actually what made me so attracted to him was like he was very good at communicating with me, very good at telling me what he needed, very good at listening to the things that I needed and taking note of it. And like he has his moments, but he is very visibly trying. And that's like kind of all that I can ask for. He tries really hard to meet me halfway, you know? Yeah, at least he's trying to meet me halfway. Yeah, like I think it's just for me, and especially with a lot of the things that have been going on with my family in the last year, I am now an adult woman with abandonment issues, you know? And so it's like processing that and sometimes having to tell myself, like, Bree, he's having a hard day. He's not just up and disappearing on you, you know? And so sometimes I have to tell him, like, there's certain things that you do that to you it doesn't matter. Like, you don't feel like it's a big deal, but to me, I'm just sitting here like, am I single? You know? Because like what's going on? And he is just the type of person that he's like, I can just be going about my business and I don't feel like I have to call you every day. And I'm just like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. I said, I need to hear from you every day. I need to know that you're alive. I need to know that you're okay. Like, period. He was like, okay, cool. No questions asked. Like, and he tries. But he's also the kind of person where when things get really, really hard, he kind of retreats. And he becomes more of like a recluse. So sometimes I have to remind him, like, I get that you're having a hard time, but I just need to, like, I need to be able to know that you're okay. Like, I need to know that you are alive, that you are here, and that you are at least physically okay. I know you're not emotionally okay, but I need to know that you are physically present here on this earth because I will come out there and I will burn down your entire fucking neighborhood to find you. Like, this is who I am. I'm so happy for you. I hope you stay. I hope I do too. Like, I feel like I don't know. I'm not someone who just hangs like their entire hat on potential, but I feel like there's a lot of potential for us. Like, I feel like we are incredibly compatible. Even my mom is like, I love how much you smile like when you talk to him, you know. Um so I think there's a lot of really great things there. I think he has the potential to be an amazing provider and a wonderful father, which I think is a good thing because he really wants kids. Um, I just think he needs to like slow down. Like he thinks very big picture and I'm very much like, okay, so what are we going to do to get there? Because like you want to have a kid soon. What are we going to do to have that child? Like I need to know like where are we going to live? What city are we going to live in? Because I like the city that I'm working in. I really enjoy the community. I love the kids. So I don't just want to up and leave, you know? So I'm like, these are all things that we need to think about. And he's very much like, yeah, if we're married, you don't have to work. And I'm just like, I get that I don't have to work, but I do want to. And I'm always going to make sure I have my own. So like that has to work for both of us. But he is very much in the mindset of you can be a stay-at-home mom, be a full-time content creator if you want to, like whatever. I just like I want you with me. Like that's kind of where he's at. And I'm like, I think that is all great, but we need to talk about the specifics before we start talking about popping out babies. Like he is, y'all. This man wants a whole football team. And I was like, first of all, I don't even know if my coochie work like that. I don't know if she do all that. We gotta find all that out. Because I haven't had fertility testing done since I was I think like 21, 22, and at that time I was drastically losing follicle count in my right ovary, which to me like doesn't matter anymore because the majority of that ovary is gone. Like I don't have any eggs left in that ovary. So I will probably have to do fertility testing because technically I am down an ovary. But I told him I was like that might be like I look, some days I feel like if a man looks at me the wrong way, I could get pregnant. So I don't know. My body might just be jumping. I don't know. But I don't want to bank on that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it is worth me like going down that road, figuring out what we're dealing with first, and all of that. But he's also told me that like, you know, there are other ways to start a family. Those are things that we can discuss if we need to. Like, he's got me, like he's gonna hold me down in that instance, and I believe him. So, we shall see. We'll see how that goes. Um, See, that's why I'm kind of adamant on dating men closer to 30 or beyond. We're at such different points in our lives. I'm 24 and they act like, yeah. hmm Yeah, it's hard. And even sometimes, like with Gavin, that's his name, sometimes I had to be like, hey, buddy, I get that, like, you're in a solid place in your life, but that doesn't make me a child. So sometimes I had to kind of like tone that down. Um, because I'm just like, okay, like I call you daddy when we in scene, but in a regular relationship, you my man. So sometimes we have to work on that, just kind of like having that little bit of an age gap, because he is 33 going on 34. So he's very much in the place of like, I'm ready to settle down, but I've also had to explain to him, like, okay, like I am very much grown. I'm not a child. treat me like it, Sis blushing. I am. He might be the one. I think he could be. I did not see him coming. Like, and this is the first time I've been with someone who is very much sure. And like, I know I have a thing with, like, the last person I was in a serious relationship with, whenever we would get in a serious argument, he would just abandon me. And so, like, whenever me and Gavin have an argument, I have to go in with that mindset of, like, us not agreeing with each other or being upset with each other does not mean that this is the end of our relationship. Like, I had to kind of be like, Bree, rational thought, don't be an idiot, be rational, and I've explained that to him. And also just some of the things that have been going on in my house. Like, you guys know, I haven't had the best relationship with some of my family that I live with. And so that has also colored just the way I deal with people in general. I've kind of felt like I've had to tiptoe around a lot of people. I've kind of been in that situation where certain people in my family kind of like to make me the problem instead of dealing with their own shit. And so it's like kind of trying to work all of that stuff out and trying not to bring that into the relationship as well has been like really hard. And I also, like, just my hormonal stuff, I really need to find a new doctor this year, because I really think I have PMDD. Like, a week or two before my period, I will just be like down in the dumps, like in tears, like having like really irrational thoughts. And I'm just like, this really sounds like PMDD. So I really need to go get that checked out. I wish I had my doctor, because I know if I had my old doctor, I would go to him about this and he would be on it. Like, he would not make me feel crazy about it. He wouldn't, question my judgment. He would be right there, like, ready to help me through whatever. And not having that stresses me out so bad. So hopefully I can get all that squared away too. Are we allowed to know a sun sign? He's an Aries. And y'all know I'm a Scorpio. So we like butt heads a lot, but I feel like with our personalities too, we're heavy communicators. And I feel like Scorpio and Aries work really well if you are able to calm the fuck down, get out of your ego, and communicate, and I feel like we've been able to do that very well. But I know there are some times, like, we'll get in a fight and he is just like, and he realizes that he's kind of like let me down, and he just is so thankful when he's like, okay, so like we're good, like you're sticking with me. And I'm like, yeah, like I got you. And he's like, thank you. So, we really have to communicate a lot, because we're both very opinionated people. And we both have mean streaks too. So it can get a little iffy, but we roast the fuck out of each other. It's great. I love it. I love being with a guy that I can like literally roast living shit out of him, and he will just come back at me equally, and we can just like laugh it out and have a good time. And he's that. Like, he is super nerdy, and I love it. I love it. I love me a black nerd. Y'all know. Oh, that's awesome. Has your family met him? Not yet. They haven't met him yet. They know of him. But I haven't had them meet him yet. And I haven't really pressed the issue of him meeting my family because he has had a lot of death in his family. And he's been trying really, really hard to take care of his grandma, with her losing one of her kids. So I have not really done the most with that, but we've been dating for a good amount of time. We started dating back in early September. So we've been together like for a good minute. And I think he wants to meet my family more. It's more of I'm nervous about him meeting my family because sometimes I just don't know what's going to come out of my dad's mouth. And and this is the thing, Gavin is the type of person where like if my dad comes at him crazy, Gavin is going to give it to him right back. So it makes me nervous. But he does. I know he really wants to meet my mom. He is not eager for me to meet his family outside of his grandma. Like he doesn't have a very good relationship with his mom. A lot of his family is not like they're not the nicest people in the world, but he really wants me to meet his grandma. Like his grandma is his heart, and he was like, "That's the person that like I want you to meet." So because he straight up told me he was like, "And we get married," he was like, "Don't expect my family to be helpful in any kind of way." He was like, they're not those people. And I was like, okay, good to know. But I think hopefully within the next couple of months, like we'll be able to do that. And just have him over. But he's been dealing with a lot, y'all. I've just been trying to be like supportive of him and help him through all of that. And he's also been sick with COVID the last 2 weeks too. We were supposed to spend a couple of days together for Christmas, and he got COVID from his coworkers. He's been in the hospital for the last 4 days. He's okay now, but he's really been struggling. So I'm trying to be like good supportive girlfriend. I'm trying, you know. I'm happy for you. We all deserve to be happy. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice. Like it's just nice to feel like I have somebody else outside of like my immediate family that I can lean on, you know? Like he's the first person I want to talk to when I wake up. He's the first person I want to hear from at the end of my day. And sometimes like I'll just be at work and he'll call me and he's like, "I just wanted to hear your voice." He's like, "I didn't want you to like worry. I just really wanted to hear your voice." And you know, like that's like you know, me and my little romance heart. But yeah. They want to be Gramps so bad. Like if y'all want an AARP card, just say no, facts though. And I stay calling him old. He gets in his feelings about it, but I stay calling him old. And I told him, I was like, "Look, at the end of the day, you're going to get your AARP card before me." So 5 kids, had to go back to listen. Listen, he actually wants more than 5. He wants like 7 or 8. And I told him, I was like, "I'm going to have to meet the woman who's going to be having like the other like 6 or 7 because I ain't doing that." That's a lot of babies to be popping out. That's a lot of money. Kids are expensive. Look, just the act of being pregnant is expensive. The medical bills, all of that. Kids are pricey. And he wants a lot of them. So I told him, I was like, "I am willing to have 3." I said, "The only way I would have more than that is if the first round we get twins. And then I'll give you 4. But that's my cutoff. I can't do more than 4. I can't." And at this point, I feel like I'm going to end up with twins. I really feel like I'm going to end up with twins. Everyone keeps telling me they see me with twins, and it scares me. And twins run in my family. Yeah. hmm I'm the generation that it hits next. And one of my cousins has already had twins. His first were twins. So yeah, I told him the only way you can get more than 3 is if the first time we have twins. And he would love it if we had twins. Do you mind me asking his ethnicity? He is Black and Native American. And he's very adorable. He's my big hairy nerdy man. I didn't know you were a Scorpio. That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I'm a Sag, and my boyfriend is ooh, ooh, Sag and Aquarius. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as I've gotten older, before like earlier in my dating life, I was with Caps all the time. It was always Capricorns and Geminis. Now that I've been back, like getting back into dating, I find that a lot of the men I gravitate towards are Aries. It's weird. I've been gravitating towards a lot of Aries men and Scorpio men. And I never used to date Scorpio men. Scorpio men are crazy, and that's coming from me as a Scorpio. Um, yeah. Low them fire signs. Yeah. And he's fiery. He is sometimes I'm just like, Gavin, you can't say that. And he's like, well, I said it. So like he's very much like that kind of person. Yeah, we're almost at 4 months. It feels weird. Like I feel like I've known him forever, but I also kind of feel like we just met. It's wild. But like I don't know, there was just something about like the way that we clicked. Like it was just like we've known each other forever, you know? And we actually met on Hinge, shockingly. And like we got to the point where I was like, I think that we have like maximized the use of this dating app. I was like, do you? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, bet. Like that was so, it ended up working out. I guess you do every now and then find people on them little things. I'm glad you can have these hard conversations. Yeah, they're necessary. And it feels really good to have them with somebody who wants to have them. Like he's very much about what he wants. And there are some times where I'm just like, dude, are you like even listening to me? But he does. Like sometimes he's very much about what he wants, but he does also show me in those roundabout ways that he is listening and he hears what I'm saying and he's not just disregarding my feelings or my needs, you know? But it's very obvious that like within his family dynamic, like affection has never really been prioritized. So like a lot of the things that I do that are affectionate him. And so I've been kind of getting him to understand like, I think the majority of us in relationships, like we thrive on affection. Like I don't need you to be overly affectionate, but I also need to feel like you can receive my affection and actually like enjoy it. Like I want you happy in this relationship too, and like I said, that's something he has literally been living with his entire life. That's not something that's just going to change overnight, but he's working on it. So Gavin sounds like a country white boy. It does, and he is very country. He is very southern. He is a very southern man. Yeah. Wait, is it official? Oh, we've been official. We've been official. We probably became official sooner than we should have. But it was kind of one of those things where it was like, I can't see myself just acting like I'm just talking to this man. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't see myself being with him and like dating other people, I don't know. There's just something about him. Like, he's like, how do I say this? He has his walls up, but like to see him like upset and hurt and like openly affectionate, it gets me. It gets me. And I'm just like, yeah, this is the kind of guy, like, this is the kind of guy you're with him. Like, you're not with him and seeing other people. Like, you're either in or you're out. I don't think he would have been able to handle it if I was with him and dating other people. I don't think that would have. And he is very much like, if I'm with you, I'm with you. Like there's no other women. Like, like we're not doing that. Like I'm not dealing with other people trying to come into our situation. Like it's us, So. I'm dating a guy who is 4 years younger than me. I'm 46, he's 42, and sometimes he can be childish, but we are compatible. Yeah, like I think it's one of those things where it's like you have that compatibility and you just have to be able to figure out if that compatibility is enough, you know? I think in some relationships it's not, and in some it is, you know? And I think it's just trying to figure out if it is, you know? I dated a guy 6 years older and it was a big no. I can see that. I can very much see that. Yeah, happy for you. One if we want someone. Yeah, like I'm definitely enjoying just having somebody. Not that I haven't had the option to have other somebodies, but like I've said, like the only other person that I've really been like really had a connection with, he is not monogamous and I am, you know. So at the end of the day, like I do want to get married. I do want to have a family. So um that's not something that I would ever try to put on somebody that I know full well doesn't live that lifestyle, you know? So Aries are the most fire of them all. They are. They are. They wild. Your fake persuasion said I deleted my last app yesterday. Yeah. He made me delete my apps. That's how you know I like him. Have y'all done the first date? Oh yeah, we're past that. We've done the first date. We've done the second date. We've done a lot of things together. In case y'all were wondering, my doctor fixed it. It's great. It's great. It's really great. So yeah. He has been the guy that has gotten all of my new firsts. And that's like a big deal. I told him, I was like, I hope you understand like where we are now is huge considering where I have been over the last few years. Like I was like, you're getting like all of my new firsts. And he cherishes that shit. Like he gets how important it is to me, and it's become very important to him. And wasn't for me, but I don't think I'm built for old TBH. Now, I feel you. Not everybody can do. I feel like some of us really need to be like closer into like our age bracket. I can't do too old, and I can't do way too young. Me personally, I can't do anyone under 28. And it's been hard for me because in the dating process, everyone who has been very interested in me has been like 24, 25, some as young as 22, and I'm just like, mm-mm, mm-mm. Like I'm just in a totally different place in my life. My world just is not there. Um, so yeah. I thought y'all were just dating only. No, we're not. No. No. We're very on. Like we're very on. I think this is the most like straight up diving into a relationship that I've ever been. Where is his family from? So he's from North Carolina. His entire family is from North Carolina. Um, yeah, he's sweet. Did y'all see Breeze? Yeah. He's been having me kicking my feet and giggling like a little fool. Yeah. I'm not mad at it. Like yeah. Oh, old men online dating. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, I feel you. Online dating is hard. And I wasn't expecting to find somebody. And honestly, when I met Gavin, I was getting ready to delete the app. And I matched with him just out of pure curiosity. And I was like, huh, I like this guy a lot. A lot. I dated a man who was 12 years older than me. I had to leave him alone. He had too much. Yeah. A lot of these older men have a lot of drama. And that's what you have to be careful with because you realize a lot of older men want to date someone that is much, much younger than them because they feel like they can pull one over on you. I'm not that woman. Mm-mm. I'm not that woman. I don't want all that drama. Like I can accept that you have lived a lot of extra life and so therefore you've had a lot of extra experiences. You may have been through some things, But don't bring drama and foolishness to my doorstep just because you think I'm going to put up with more because I'm younger. No. And that was one thing that really made me feel comfortable with Gavin, was that he was very straight up. He was like, there are definitely some women in my life that I think will take too many liberties. And he was like, I'm cutting that shit off now. He was like, I want you to know about it, and I want you to know that like it's done. Like, try to mess with me and my girl. And I was like, oh. Oh, cool. I fucks with it. All that pelvic floor PT is pain. It is. It is. It has paid off handsomely. It's wild being able to be physical with a partner and not feeling like I have to recover for 3 days after, not because he like blew my back out, but because my body is in so much pain. I don't have that experience anymore, and it's insane. And actually the first time I actually cried because I was so happy. Because I didn't think it was gonna be that great. And it was. So pelvic floor therapy, y'all. I'm just saying. Don't knock it till you try it. Gems. And he was very much like, if there's anything that I need to know medically, or like if you need me to go to a PT session with you, he was like, I will. Like, he was like, at the end of the day, I don't want to cause you any more pain than you're already in. So he's been like very, are you making him read all of your romance books for inspiration? So we talk about them. He's not a big reader. Like, he's more like a comic book kind of guy, like graphic novel kind of guy. But he was like, I would read them. So I think I really want us to like have a weekend just to like get away for a while. Like, I want to get us a cabin and just kind of like disappear for a little bit. I feel like he really needs to get away from his family for a while. And I think I'm going to bring the Salacious Players Club series. I think he would love it. I really think he would love it. So I'm going to try to get him at least get him to read praise. Because he very much has a lot of Emerson Grant qualities, for sure. It happens a lot when they delete, they meet someone. Yeah, like I was pretty much ready to delete it because I just dealt with a lot of guys who like, it was a lot of love bombing, like they were making a lot of promises, and then when it came for like the follow through, like they got iffy. And even like when me and Gavin like really started dating, I had one guy who like, I really thought that we were going to be serious, and then he ended up like just straight acting a fool. And he ended up calling me and he was like, yeah, I've just been thinking about you a lot and I hate the way that I like mess things up. And he was like, I really want another chance. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I was like, I met somebody and I'm happy. Like, I'm very happy. He ended up being very, very disappointed. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. And even if I wasn't in a relationship, I wouldn't have gone back. Because honestly, it was very clear that he had an alcohol problem, and that was not something that I wanted to have to live with. I thought Hinge was the better of the rest because I've been told people were serious on there, but no, it's not any better. I think the only dating app that I feel like is worth really like giving a try is Bumble. And that's because like you match with them, like you set the tone with that app, but Hinge is just as bad. It really is. I don't think people on there are any more serious. A lot of them are just, sex crazed freaks, which I mean, it's fine, ain't nothing wrong with being a little freak. But like, I guess I'm just the type of person that, like, if that's all you want, just say it. Like, I'm grown. So if that's the only thing that you're looking for, like, that's all you want. You just want somebody that you can tap. You can tell me that. But don't try to play in my face like you want something serious and then you're only here for the cookies. Because first of all, it's going to take you a minute to get those cookies. It's going to take a minute. I don't just be giving it out to anybody. I've been through too much. I didn't get all that fixed just to be giving everything to random people on the internet. No. I appreciate you guys that you guys are happy for me. It's nice. Like, it's a nice place to be. I forgot how nice it is to just like really be in a really comforting and committed relationship, you know? I deleted Bumble because I'm done with apps. Yeah. I've been on it for over 8 years, on and off. I need to learn to date in real life and meet in real life. Yeah, and I feel like it also just depends on your city too, right? Because like when I was in Raleigh, obviously I was on dating apps and I was going on dates often, all the time. But when I moved out here, like it's more rural, it's more country. And I also feel like I have to be extra selective because the pool of black men out here is not the same as the pool of black men in a big city like Raleigh, you know? And so there's a lot of white men out here that want to date a black woman, but they're giving sketch. It's giving sketchy. It's giving undercover racist. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. So that's like I don't feel as safe dating out here as I did in Raleigh. There were like more places where I could go to where the people knew me and stuff like that. It's just not the same out here. It's totally different. Um, let's see. I'm gonna need some new fragrance content. I know I have some more coming. I have finally purchased fragrances that don't make me sneeze, that don't make me sick. I have So I was telling them earlier in the live that I'm gonna do two parts to my Black Friday haul because I have all of the hair stuff, but I haven't gotten in all of the fragrance and skincare yet. Well, body care. So the first half of the haul will be hair care, and the other half will be fragrance, and body care and like layering products. So I have a really good one coming, really good one. And I have a few more things that I want to get. So if I can get them before I put that haul up, then they'll be in there too. I'd rather have in-person interaction. Yeah, like I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually like start going out. Like I've been more open to people talking to me in person, obviously like before I met Gavin, but just like being open to letting people talk to me. Cause I'm kind of that person now that like if a man comes up to me and tries to talk to me, I will side eye the living shit out of him. Like I can be so unwelcoming sometimes because I'm just like, why are you talking? Why are you so close to me? Like, I don't know you like that. So just trying to be a little bit more welcoming, especially like with in-person interaction. So, but yeah, it's been nice just like being able to like have somebody to go out on dates with and do like cuddly fun things with and all of that stuff. Like I need the snugs. I need the snugs. Ooh, you got Prada. Is it Paradox? Prada Paradox. I've heard really good things about that one. But I haven't sniffed it yet. Every time I'm in the store, I never get around to sniffing it. I want to pick up the Kayali Sparkling Lychee. Y'all know I love Kayali in general. I got to get that one because I absolutely adore Eden Juicy Apple. So when I saw that one, I was like, I got to get that. But I had already purchased so many fragrances that I was like, next paycheck, next paycheck. I was like, I can't be spending my entire paycheck on Black Friday. Um, your goal in 2024 is to leave the house. Yeah. I've been doing better with it. Like that was my goal in 2023 and I feel like I'm actually doing better with it. That's a big part of why I took a job outside of my house. Because working from home was keeping me in the house. That's the only thing. When you work from home, you don't want to leave. And you really don't have to. You can order your groceries, you can DoorDash. Like you really don't have to leave your house. And I was like, you know what? I need to leave the house. I'm playing a little bit too much with my life. And it's been a really great decision for me. I needed to start peopling again, you know? So, okay, so you enjoy Paradox Intense. Okay, I will probably try to go take a sniff. I haven't been into a Sephora in a hot minute. But I definitely want to get my nose on that because I've heard that people absolutely love it. Um, there's a new Valentino one. Damn, didn't they just come out with a new one? That pink one that Valentino just came out with? I can't keep up with all these fragrance launches. There's so much. There's so much coming out. I can't keep up with everything. I just try to get things as like I see them. Why are you suggesting that I allow this person? No. I don't know why I still have Facebook, but it's always telling me, like giving me friend suggestions, and I'm just like, no, I don't like that heifer. No. um, sorry, that was so random. It enables you to stay in the house. Like it was great for me because like I've said in the past, like I've kind of come to realize that there are just a lot of physical things that I've enjoyed doing that I can't do consistently anymore. So like the types of research that I really enjoy doing, the fields of study that I like being in order for me to be fulfilled, like I like doing the more jobs. Those are the things that are really fun to me, but those are things that I can't keep up with anymore. Um, so for a while, it was just me finding something that would fit into my lifestyle, would fit into my body. And right now, this is really working for me. It's forcing me to people, and especially working with kids, like you can't just run away from them children. Like you stuck with them kids all day. So you better be ready to people. And they love me and I adore them. Even the ones that drive me up the wall. Like sometimes I just want to but I love them. They're good kids. They're good kids. They're just little people with really big problems. And it shows. You said the lychee one lasted for 2 minutes on you. That doesn't surprise me. The majority of my super fruity, juicy fragrances don't last long on me. So I usually, if I'm getting a fragrance like that, I don't have the expectation. Like only like my fragrances that last forever on me are like my really like strong vanillas, spicy, oudy stuff like that. But my more like fresh fruity stuff doesn't last that long. And Eden Juicy Apple, like, it doesn't last that long on me. I just keep a travel spray with me, and I really enjoy it. I love it. Um, it's at Ulta. I had to check it out. I can't keep up with Valentino. I'll be honest. I like the original Valentina Donna, not the Donna born in Roma. Like the original Valentino Donna that I think they discontinued. But I haven't really been into the newer ones. Paradox smells really nice in the store. I wanted to get a travel size. Um, yeah, I'll have to check it out because I smelled the original one. It didn't really like pull me into getting it, but I wanted to check out the Intense. Usually, like the fragrance and the regular, like I'm gonna go for the Intense version, especially because a lot of times with these brands, like with designer brands, when it comes to the more intense versions, they tend to kind of amp up the vanilla, some of the boozy notes in there, stuff like that. So we shall see. Kayali is up and down for me, right? So I have some Kayalis that last forever on me and some don't. The pistachio yum gelato lasts for hours on me. I get a shit ton of compliments on it. Like people like chase me to ask me what I'm wearing. Invite only lasts ages on me. That's one of those scents if you don't like it, don't get it because you'll have to scrub it off of you. But like Eden Juicy Apple doesn't last a very long time on me. I tried the Royal Patchouli one. That one lasts a really long time on me. I'm gonna have to get a full bottle because I really like that one. Vanilla 28 lasts really long on me. It just eventually I become anosmic to it, but other people can smell it on me. So there's that too. So Kayali is just kind of up in the air. Like some of them last for ages on me and others last like maybe like a few hours. I need to try their new oud collection. I want to try the vanilla oud, the cafe oud, all of those, but I haven't had the opportunity yet. I don't Tiana, I don't know. I feel like, so with the area that I'm in right now, there are so many options in my field. And a lot of those people have burned bridges with me. And so right now, there aren't really companies that I want to work for and represent. Now that I have been gainfully employed, they've been beating down my door. But some of these people have just played a little bit too much in my face. And so education has really been kind of doing it for me, but I don't know if I could see myself doing it long term. I don't know if I could do it long term. And I have the principal of my school has really been looking to see if I will get my teaching license. It's something that I will consider, but I kind of mentioned it at the beginning of the live that what I'm doing now, I can work with the adults in this situation at the capacity that I see fit. And so my focus is more of the kids. Like, I sit in on conferences and I interact with parents because I feel like they have a right to know the person that their kids are spending the entire day with. And because I'm tutoring kids and I'm doing reading intervention, but I make sure I'm in that classroom with my mom all day. So if she's having a rough day, there's another adult in the room. And so I'm with those kids all day. I feel like parents have a right to know who's with their child all day. So I make the choice to be present with the parents, but I don't have to, you know? But if I decide to take on a full classroom, that's not going to be a choice anymore. Like, that's going to be a requirement. So we'll see. I don't know if I want to work in education at that capacity. And I've had a couple of medical concerns that I'm kind of worried about when it comes to my GI stuff. And if it is what the doctors think it could possibly be, there may not ever be a point where I can work full time again. If I'm adding another chronic illness on top of what I'm already going through, I don't think I'll ever be able to work full time again. So we'll see. It just kind of depends on like where I end up with my body, with my medical stuff. But I mean, I guess the good thing is I have a man who's very much adamant that he's just like, if you want to stay home, I'll take care of you. So, I mean, bright side. But I really enjoy working with the kids. So I feel like this is something that I could see myself doing for at least the next couple of years. So we'll see. Let's see. Your favorite sentence, Utopia lasted hours on you, but I don't like the notes. Yeah, that one lasts a really long time too, and that's another one that I really want to get a full bottle of. But I think the smaller bottle, only because I only enjoy wearing fragrances like that in the summer. Like, I only wear them for a couple of months out of the year, you know? The pistachio smells really nice, but you've only tested in stores. That's one where I felt like having a tester didn't like give me the full experience. And it's one of those where I'm like, okay, it smells amazing to me, but I didn't think that it was something that was going to give me a lot of compliments. I wore that. No, my first date with Gavin, I wore MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold, and he was like, you smell amazing. But our second date, I wore Yum Pistachio Gelato. We went out to dinner, and all the waitresses kept stopping me, and they were like, you smell absolutely phenomenal. They were like, you walk by and like you smell amazing. So it's one of those. That's why I love aromatic gourmands, because of the way they carry throughout the air, you know? And then eventually, like, we were kind of having a little moment, and he was like, you do smell really fucking good. Like, so that's actually one of his favorites. I need to get another bottle because I'm almost out of my first bottle. Vanilla Oud was the only one that you liked. Yeah, a lot of people, it seems like those are really polarizing. People have like one in that collection that they like and they don't like the other ones. It seems like a lot of people really like Vanilla Oud. I'm really interested in the Cafe Oud because I love a coffee note, but a lot of people don't. So, you know. You prefer Vanilla Woods by Seven Virtues? I actually haven't. I've smelled it and I really, really like it, but I've never bought it. Yeah, like I really enjoy it, but I just haven't bought it yet. And they just came out with a cherry one too. Now I really want that. I haven't smelled it. I'm probably just gonna blind buy it because I feel like I just know it's gonna be good. Let's see. Yeah, for me it depends. Like there are some things that I'm very good at blind buying. So most of the times, like if I blind buy a full bottle, it's never really a regret for me. But there are some things that I will buy like a travel size of, like the perfume that I'm wearing today. Where did I put it? Um, it was literally right for me. Here it is. This is from Sphinx. This is a newer niche company, and I think the owners are Egyptian. And this one is called Damascena, and it's a like Damascus rose fragrance. It's gorgeous. I could see wearing this on my wedding day. Like it's so pretty. I love a good rose. And this is bomb, but I love that they offer the travel sizes on their website, but their stuff is really affordable. All of their fragrances are extracts, and none of their fragrances are over $150. Like so good. I have a couple of other full-size fragrances that I picked up, and I can't wait to do a video on them because they're so good. That's you with Bianco Latte. Listen, Bianco Latte is that bitch. I have not been able to be around Gavin since I got it, but that's going to be the next one that I wear when I see him because I know he's going to love it. Like, he likes more like cool fragrances on him, but on me, he loves like the sweet, warm, like edible kind of stuff. So yeah, I can't wait to wear that one around him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of scent that will get your back blown out for sure. Yeah, you smell it in the air. Like I wore it to work one day, and I like people were walking behind me in the hallway, and they were like, "Girl, what are you wearing? You smell amazing!" Like everyone always tells me I smell good, but that day they were just like, "We know it's new. What is it? Like we need to know." even like my kids were like, "Miss Brie, you smell really, really, really good today." And y'all know kids. They're truth tellers. If you stink, they're going to tell you. Yeah, I love a good aromatic fragrance. Yeah, I love a good aromatic fragrance. They hit me right. They hit me in my heart. Let's see. What have you been doing in your free time since we haven't been seeing you? Mainly my free time outside of like trying to find time to spend with the man Candy. I've been reading a lot. This like last week, since I spent like the first half of my break insanely sick, I have been trying to catch up on my Christmas reading because I got all of these like holiday novellas and new releases, and couldn't read any of them because I was just floating in the ether, like this close to meeting Jesus. So I've been catching up on my reading. I've been having a very good time. I exceeded my reading goal this year. I finished 130 books this year. Proud of myself. But I've been reading some good shit. So when I was like really sick, I was just listening to my audiobooks. The audiobook that I'm listening to right now is Pucking Wild by Emily Rath. It's book 2 in the Jacksonville Ray series, and it's really good. I actually prefer it over Pucking Wild. I think I reviewed that on the channel some months ago, and I feel like Pucking Wild is the superior book. It is superior to Pucking Around. I think people really enjoy Pucking Around because it is so spicy, because it is a wide choose. But I feel like Pucking Wild is giving way more of the like found family vibes that I was looking for with that one. So I've really been enjoying that. And the narration for Pucking Wild is really, really good. The guy that's doing the narration for the male main character, like he fits that character so well. Not floating in the ether. Girl, I was gone. I was gone. I didn't know my name. that fever had me down bad because I could not get it to go away. And you know, like the longer you have a fever, the crazier you feel. And I was, oh girl, I was struggling. I was struggling. Oh, what? Armani's coming out with something new? Oh, a new My Way. My Way is cool, but to me, like My Way smells like bubble gum, and I'm just like, eh. Like it's cool. Like I'm an Armani C girl at heart. Like that was my original signature scent. So like, give me a black currant note, but that bubblegum tuberose, it's cool in certain fragrances. My Way just isn't really my thing. Yeah, like My Way is okay. Like it's one of those fragrances that if you put it on, you know you're going to smell good. Other people will like it, but it doesn't diddle my skittle. It doesn't. It's just like, it's cool. She's nice. She smells good. But like I said, that bubblegummy tuberose, just to me, it doesn't do enough for me. Like I have my last bottle of C right here. This is C Fiori. But I want to get a new bottle of C, like the original. Because this was one of those scents that people used to know me by. And it's one of those where I feel like it almost kind of feels like dated now. I guess that's what happens when you start getting older. But it's a sure thing. Like people are going to compliment you. You are going to smell super feminine, super classy. Like you're going to smell amazing. And people are going to smell you across the room. But I remember like when I was in college, like I would walk out of a classroom or I would like walk out of a lab and my friends would be like, were you in that room? Because, you know, it smelled like you. And I'm like, yeah, I was just there. That's how much of a signature scent this was for me. So yeah, but My Way, I was never a My Way girl. Something about those pink bottles, yes. I love me a pretty pink bottle. Ugh. I've always been a pink girl. Always been a pink girl. Burberry Her Elixir. Yeah, I like that one. I need to get that. Because that's one of those scents that I have been I forget about it. Like when I smell it, I'm like, ooh, I want that. And then I'll find something else. I'm just that person. Lovely Garden by Mancera is incensey, but it has a bubblegummy tuberose vibe. Ooh, I might have to check that out. Mancera does bubblegummy tuberose so well. Is it Velvet Vanilla? Love that one. Like if I were going to get a bubblegummy tuberose fragrance, it would be Velvet Vanilla. It would not be My Way. I'm up and down with Mancera. I have really good luck with Montal fragrances, but me and Mancera aren't always copacetic. There is a note in some of the Mancera fragrances that on my skin smells like spit. And I don't know what it is. So I have to be careful. That's one brand that I can't just blind buy. I have to get like a discovery set, that stuff. Like I have to try samples first. So I've been trying to decide what full bottle of Mancera I want to add to my collection this year because my last two Manceras I had to get rid of. They just, they were bad. They made me sick. So, I want to try some of the new Clean Reserve since, yes. I really enjoy Radiant Nectar. And there's another one that had like a solar note situation. Is it Soleil? I don't know. But also check your TJ Maxx and Marshalls because a lot of the Clean Reserve fragrances have been popping up there. So if there's anything that you've been wanting, you might want to go there and look in their fragrance section. Let's see. Have you tried Beyonce's new perfume? I haven't. I detest the bottle. I hate the bottle. If she had put that bottle in something like Mon Guerlain, I probably would have ate it up because I think the notes sound amazing. Like the notes sound like my perfume. Like the kind of perfume that I would want to wear. Because I loved like the original Beyonce Heat perfume back when she started releasing her own celebrity fragrances. And Heat was like my introduction to perfume. You know, like Beyonce Heat was my Britney Spears fantasy. And so to me, when I saw the notes of Saint Noir, I was like, it makes so much sense because the original Heat was like that really sweet, ambery, almost a little incensey, but it was still very youthful. And so like the notes for the new one made so much sense. When I saw that bottle, I was like, bitch, I wish I would spend my money on that. I wish I would spend all my money on all that plastic. Honey. No. And I hate the packaging. I would never put that on my shelf. It looks like an Ariana Grande perfume. And I have no doubt that it smells incredibly classy, but I think I would have preferred if she did an outright collaboration with Killian, and I would have purchased it. But that packaging, no. I love Beyonce down, but no. Let's see. I just got a big bottle of her elixir for Christmas. I like to mix it with my Butter Baby Butters. Yes. Her elixir with, is it strawberry pound cake body butter? Ooh. Get that back broke. I'm just saying. Look into Oud Orchid and Lovely Garden. I will check those out because I've been wanting to get some. I really want to get, there are a couple of the Montals that I want to get. I have been meaning to put Sweet Vanilla in my collection and just haven't gotten around to it. Honey Oud, I've really wanted but haven't gotten around to it. I think it's called Crazy in Love. I really want that one. And I also want Arabian's Tonka. There is a cherry one. Is it Wild Cherry from Mancera that I really want to get my hands on? But that's really the only one that I've been able to find like consistently in stock that I really like. There's a couple that I really want to try from Mancera. I just have to find like the best blend for me. What do I mix with Radiant Nectar? That one is more of like a sweet syrupy fragrance. So any of your like more vanilla body butters would work. This one, the EOS Vanilla Cashmere, mixes with everything. If you put this under pretty much anything, it is going to smell bomb. This is one of the best vanilla lotions ever. I also think Radiant Nectar would smell amazing paired with Dulce from Rosie Jane or Bianco Latte. I think all of those would be good, but like Radiant Nectar is really, really sweet and juicy. So anything that has a really nice vanilla base, I think will pair perfectly with it. The bottle is a hot mess. Yes, I was like I understand because it fits with the Renaissance theme. So like the component itself makes sense, but it looks so cheap. And honestly, I think if the materials for it, I think it might have worked if they had made it gold. If they had made it gold, I think it probably would have been a much better choice. But it doesn't look like the price. And for me, like, I'm very much juice over anything else. But at the same time, like, I'm not spending that much money for that. No. And I really want perfume companies to stop putting their perfumes in these little cheap ass stands. Just give me a nice bottle. Please, just give me a nice bottle. Like, give me a good sturdy bottle. I don't need all that other shit. Like those Ariana Grande fragrances, why do you keep putting that shit in the Let me stop. It give me in my feelings. Boardwalk Delight by Skylar. Yeah, I've heard that one is really good too. I won't be promoting Skylar because they posted some very problematic things about Palestinians and deleted it. So right now I'm not promoting the brand. I had a couple of contracts with them that I had to work out and allow to lapse, and I just straight up told them like that was fucked up. So I'm not, but I still absolutely love their fragrances. I really want people to stop showing their asses when things happen in the world. Like I want people to stop being like actual assholes when serious things happen in this world, because please. Let's see. You're interested in Wild Cherry. Yeah, that sounds really, really good. How would you describe Crazy in Love by Montal? It is very much rose and like brown sugar. Like think that brown sugar note that you get in Vanilla 28, but make it Montal. Like if you have any Montal fragrances, you know what I mean. Like Montal has its own DNA. And so even though there may be like notes that smell familiar to you, it's not going to smell the same as other stuff because Montal smells like Montal. Like you know when you smell a Montal fragrance. But it's a really pretty like brown sugar, rose. I think there's a little bit of saffron in it. It's really, really nice. So I definitely want to get a full bottle of that. Have you tried Novatus Monica Sonata? It's so good. I have not tried anything from Novatus, but I want to because I love so many of the influencers who work with them. And they've been coming out with some really yummy sounding gourmands. I think Paulina Shar just came out with one that has like lactonic notes in it, and it has like a croissant note in it. Gabby Loves Perfumes just came out with one with Novatus that is like a baklava scent. Sounds amazing. I want to get all of their things, but I don't have all of the coins. But I definitely want to try some perfumes from Novatus this year because I haven't gotten anything from them yet. I haven't tried anything from Novatus, and I definitely want to put them like on my list this year. EOS gets you every single. It's so good. I just got this and I've used it's halfway empty. But I also love it because like it works. Like it's good lotion, you know. It's thick and it's really creamy. I have lipstick on my teeth. So it also just makes my skin feel bomb. But it smells so good. It mixes with everything. Radiant Nectar has too much honey. Honey can be really difficult for people. Like honey is one of those notes that like you either mesh with it or you don't. And it seems like I actually really like honey fragrances. I have recently got was it Ellis Brooklyn sent me a travel size of their bee perfume, and it's like straight up like honey and cacao, and I love it, but I know a lot of people absolutely hate it. So you love a pretty bottle. Yeah, like I just want my stuff to look good. And if it's not a super pretty bottle, it better be inexpensive. I love the new Nest Lychee Rose. Yeah, I've heard that one's really good too. Lychee is definitely going to be kind of like the thing this year. Even though I feel like it kind of has a moment every spring because everyone keeps trying to like make something close to Delina. And so lychee kind of ends up being a thing like every couple months out of every year. But it seems like a lot of people are doing lychee right now. I agree. I hate the Beyonce bottle. Let's be honest. If it wasn't Beyonce, the girls would be clowning. Exactly. They would be clowning it so hard because it's ugly. It just looks like it makes noise. Like it looks like it rattles around in that little plastic thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's ugly. Love me some Beyonce, but I'm not going to sit here and play with the girls. You know, I'm not going to sit here and play with the girls. It's ugly. Skylar fucking up after I spent my. I know, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like so many brands are, and unfortunately, it's one of those situations where, I mean, our tax dollars directly fund this anyway, right? And so I'm just trying to be like really conscious, and I know that there are probably some brands that I will feature that do have a hand in this in some way, shape, or form. And I think we're all trying to take a lesser of like the evils approach, and then also just trying to focus on like those big three right now for boycotting. But I am trying to be mindful. I've been trying to avoid Sephora. I've been trying to avoid LVMH and anything Estee Lauder because I think the people who own Moet are very much heavy into this, like the Zionist stuff. So is Estee Lauder. That takes out a lot of brands. So I was going to give myself a couple of Kilian fragrances, and I haven't because Kilian is obviously under LVMH. And anything that I can get from Sephora, I've been trying to purchase like directly from the company itself, just trying to be mindful. I don't know, it's just so easy to not be a shitty person, you know, or a shitty company. Like it's so easy. So yeah, and Tiana, you know how much I love Skylar. You know how much I love Skylar. Like I have been down for that brand for years, and they have been one of those companies that constantly sends me stuff. Like they have been very generous. But I also refuse to stand down on my morals because people send me things, you know? So I'm just trying to smell good. What is wrong with these companies? Exactly. Like we all just like, I feel like there are so few things that we get to enjoy in this world. So it's like, can y'all just like not act up? Can y'all not act a fool? Because and sometimes it's just there are certain things you just can't unsee, right? And so sometimes brands do things and I'm just like, yeah, this is the thing that I can't let that slide. Like y'all are really playing. Let's see. I hope Novitus will give us a YouTuber collab discovery set. Yes, they need to. They definitely need to. Because so many of my faves have come out with really, really good scents. And I want to try all of them. Like I want to give all of them a try. I think AI the Great just came out with one. It sounds so good. And I think I want to get that one for summertime. So we'll see. See, Gabby does have a website where she sells samples. Yeah, I have to go on hers and check that out. I know they've been running some really good sales. I think they were doing like 30% off. But I still have to get my check from my job because the bitch been sick. So if they're still running that sale when I go cash my check this week, then I will probably pick up one or two. You smell the new Nest. It's nice. Nest makes really good fragrances. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Nest, but they make really great fragrances. Was it Indigo? Was really nice. And there are a couple that I really used to like that are discontinued now. But yeah. The Nest Balinese Coconut. Yeah. It smells so good. So good. I have the vanilla perfume oil from them. And I keep it in my makeup bag that I take to work with me because it's just such a calming vanilla scent. And if I get like really stressed out or I have like a bad moment with a kid, I just put on some of that and it makes me feel so good. It makes me very happy. Let's see. I want to try the EOS lotion, but I'm traumatized by the... Listen, I get it. I've been side-eyeing EOS from decades. This is the only product I will ever recommend from them. I've tried their shaving products. I thought they were absolute garbage. I've tried their lip products, thought they were absolute garbage. If you're going to get anything from EOS, get this. It's amazing. Like, and it actually is nourishing. I usually just wear this in the morning. Like, I'll either put this on, or if I'm really feeling myself that morning, I'll put on my Bianco latte. This is actually surprisingly nourishing for like a body cream from a perfume company. Their lotions are really nice. But this is bomb. And I feel like this is actually like almost comparable to this scent. This smells like Bianco latte, like straight up Bianco latte. But if you want something close and you can't spend $60 on lotion, get this one. It's the only thing I'll ever recommend from EOS. She says she wanted the bottle to be monolithic. I know, and I think it's monolithic and ugly. It's monolithic and ugly. Beyonce ain't gonna play in my face, okay? Yes, Selena, it's actually really, really good. I want to get the other scents too. I think they have like a fruity one and like a fresh one, and they also have an unscented one too. Let them sleep. It's expensive enough. Facts. Big facts. Nest is also master simple yet stunning packaging. Yes, I feel like they have very simple, clean packaging that's not too much of like that Pinterest aesthetic, you know. it's a little kitschy, but it's still clean and simple. And I really like enjoy I enjoy everything about the brand. I really do. I enjoy everything about the brand, and I feel like they're one of those brands that's been around for a long time and has managed to like really maintain its brand identity. Like I feel like they don't always try to do what everybody else is doing. And I love that shit. Yeah, you buy it 2 at a time because they're always discontinuing stuff. I think they came out with a body butter too, and I want to try that. I've been told that that one is really good. Um but I usually don't buy drugstore lotion. Like I buy from my small black owned companies and I keep it there because they know what I like. They got what I like, you know? But that's a good drugstore lotion. That's a really good one. And it's been holding me down. They're so Selena, chill. Listen. I love my girl Beyonce, and she can be as unique as she wants to be, but that unique packaging was ugly. I'm just saying, it's unique, but it's ugly. And I'm sure it smells amazing, but I wouldn't buy it because I wouldn't want to see that shit on my shelf. I just wouldn't. If I spent that much money on that bottle and put it on my shelf, I would be sitting around angry all the time, mad that I spent that money. No, like I said, if the bottle is gonna be a little bit ugly, it better be inexpensive. It needs to be inexpensive. Otherwise, like I need it to look nice. I need it to look like what I paid for. Period. But even like me, real talk, I don't really like Tom Ford packaging. I like the packaging on the signature line for Tom Ford, but the private line to me feels cheap. Like I have bottles from niche companies that charge far less than Tom Ford that are way more sturdy. And are much nicer. So yeah, Tom Ford, sometimes I'm afraid to pick up my bottle because I feel like if I just look at it the wrong way, it's gonna fall over and break. I be side-eyeing Tom, and I see him with that little vanilla. I'm not paying all that money for that perfume, and to me, it doesn't sound like it's interesting enough. He's trying to capitalize on that gourmand train right now. No, See, if you're looking for a great croissant fragrance, I tried Bonissimo by Hilda Soliani. Ooh, I've heard about that one. I have heard about that one, and there's another one. Is it the one from Le Monde Gourmand? And some people really love it, and some people say it's too much because it also has like a Nutella note in it. So I don't know. I'm gonna get some samples because I actually got a few samples from Lucky Scent because I had a few things that I wanted to try, but I was like, don't spend all your money. Get some samples. And I'm happy that I did. The only thing is now I want to buy all of these. The one I wanted to try the most was Golden Dollar from Xerjoff. This is supposed to be like a spiced coffee fragrance. This is amazing. I love it. But it's not like regular coffee. If you have never had Arabic coffee, then you won't know what I'm talking about, but this smells like Arabic coffee, which is very nostalgic for me because I have family friends that, raised me and help take care of me that would serve that at their home. Every time we go to see them, they serve it, and it's amazing. I love this. But there's also like in the dry down, there's kind of like a boozy, spicy note to this that reminds me a lot of Angel Share, but it's more like smoky. So I love this. I want a full size. I think this is going to be my first Xerjoff. I've been wanting to get something from Xerjoff, but wasn't sure what I wanted. I also got Acro Bake because I was trying to decide between this and Lyra. I think I like Lyra more. The lemon and Acro Bake is really like pungent. Like it's really, really strong and it smells good. I can see myself getting this, but I think I like Lyra more. But I'm going to have to wear this a little bit more. and decide. I also got Escapade Gourmand from Maison Mataha because I was trying to decide if I also needed Escapade Gourmand, and I decided that I do. It, y'all, it's really good. I hate how good it is, actually. So, like, because I've heard people say that this is just like Bianco Latte. It's not. This smells like the top of creme brulee. Like, it kind of has like the almost kind of like caramelized, almost to the point where it's burnt quality. This is really, really nice. It's not the same as Bianco Latte. It's not. A lot of people say that Dulce is the same as Bianco Latte. It's not. And then I also got, what is it? La Danza by Nobile 1942. It is like an apple scent. And that smells amazing too. And I hate that I love all of these. This, it's so fresh. But still kind of has like that apple pie thing going on. So yeah, I got all of those to test. And I want all of them in full size. And I hate that I like all of them. Let's see. I thought the packaging was metal painted glass. So the actual like perfume piece is painted glass, but the little thing that it sits in is not. I'm not a fan of Tom Ford either, scent and look. I have a lot of Tom Fords that I really enjoy, but I enjoy more of the scents from the signature line as opposed to the private line. I'm going to have to like hook my phone up. Listen, it was full charge before I got on here. Just so y'all know. But we have been on here for a couple of hours. I love my Lost Cherry, but it has 0 staying power. Yeah. And honestly, like every Lost Cherry dupe that I've come across, none of them have staying power. Like there's just something about that DNA. It doesn't last. And I hate that because it smells amazing, but it just doesn't last. My favorite cherry fragrance has been discontinued. It was Dancing Roses from Viktor and Rolf. I have like 3/4 of my bottle. I use it sparingly. It's one of my most complimented fragrances of all time. But Viktor and Rolf will always die on that flower bomb hill instead of actually doing something interesting. So Lulu here on YouTube said vanilla sex sounds like boring sex. Yeah, it does. It does. It sounds like very boring sex. It's the kind of sex that I don't want to have. Yeah. It's not, it doesn't sound like it's giving. It doesn't sound like it's giving. Ooh, you have Lyra. It's very close to the skin. Yeah. And I like that quality about it. Because that's one of those scents where I just feel like I don't want it to be beast mode. Like I feel like it would make me sick if it wasn't more of a skin-like scent. I'm gonna move us over so I can charge. Let's see if it'll reach. Maybe. Possibly. My charging setup is different because I've put like shelves next to my desk. So I have a cute little reading nook now, but it covers up my plugs where I charge. So I'm going to have to figure that out with filming because it's going to make it harder for me to film over here. But I love having this little like reading area. I'm going to show it to you guys when I get the permanent shelves because the shelves that I had put in here, they weren't really what was advertised when I ordered them. So we'll see. Let's see. I'm hoping to try that new Fève Gourmand everyone is saying. Yes, yes. Oh my God, listen. So I've been wanting to get scents from that line for a long time. I really want, is it Velvet Tonka? No, that's BDK. Tonka Imperial. That one and Queer Beluga. But when I saw that Fève Gourmand, I was like, because everyone is saying that it is basically gourmand coquine. I know that they had to change the formula on it, and it's a new perfumer, so it's probably not exactly the same. I've had a decant of gourmand coquine, and it was beautiful. So if it is anywhere even like close, I'm cool with that. She should have made everything glassy. Yeah. She should have just had a different bottle. Like I said, like, because even the like the teaser pictures when it was just like that outline of what it would look like looked more beautiful than the actual component. If it was something closer to Mon Guerlain, I think it would have been stunning. But no. You want to try the Seven Virtues cherry scent? Yeah. Yeah. I want that one. I really want that one. I don't know who this is, so we're just gonna... Lear layered with Bath and Body Works ice. Ooh. It's good but not overwhelming. That sounds really good. See, I've gotten coming soon enough. Like when I order Bianco latte, there's no audio. Hold on, guys. It's back. You can hear me? He keeps changing it. The bottle should have been shaped like her chrome bodysuit on tour. Yeah, it would have had that same. Or can you guys imagine if she did her fragrance? It's still freezing. It's saying my connection is back. Is it still freezing on your end? Because I think there's a bit of a lag too. So you guys kind of get what's happening a little bit after I say it. Okay, cool. But yeah, can you guys imagine if Beyonce had done her collab with Jean Paul Gaultier and did a Renaissance version of the classic, like his bottle with the silhouette? That would have been Gorgina. And Jean Paul Gaultier is beautiful scents. And I think that kind of scent profile would have worked so well for JPG, especially because they're known for their honey scents. Like Scandal is big in the community. But can you guys imagine if she had like that silhouette bottle with Jean Paul Gaultier? I'm just saying, would have been stunning. Because that new one that just came out from JPG, that bottle is... Oh, that bottle is yummy. Absolutely gorgeous. Have I smelled the bell? Yes, and I want to get a bottle. The only reason I haven't gotten one is because the last couple of times I went to order, they didn't have the big one in stock, and I want the big one because that's the prettier one. That probably sounds like so vain, but the ones that are smaller, they don't come with like the gold detailing on the neckline that the big ones do, and I love that. Yes, and it would have fit it would have fit the Renaissance theme perfectly. Because I'm pretty sure some of her outfits were JPG, weren't they? Like she's worked with Jean Paul Gaultier in the past. Like that would have made so much more sense for it to be a fragrance collab with either if she did something with Killian and had more of like an understated, like classy bottle, or she did something with Jean Paul Gaultier and they did like a Renaissance take on that classic JPG silhouette. It would have been stunning. Yeah. And I think that's my only thing with Beyonce is that like she is definitely one of the most brilliant creative minds, but I think sometimes she often falls short on the business end of things. And I think everything doesn't need to be under Beyonce the brand. Do a collab. Like we're in that age of collaborations, and people would have ate that shit up. It would have been far more accessible for people. But it still would have had that exclusivity because JPG in general, it's it's accessible, but it's not overly accessible. Like you still have to go out and find it, you know? So it would have still had like that level of exclusivity to it. Ulta has a gift set and I'm gonna pick it up. I need a trial before. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely. But it's a really great scent though. I think if you like sweet, I think you will enjoy it. It has like a very prominent like pear kind of situation going on. There's just something about it. It just smells, it just gives woman, you know? Like I feel like fragrance in general is, you know, pretty genderless, but I feel like there are some scents that I put it on and I just feel like damn that like that is woman. And that is one of those that gives me that vibe. I struggle with pear. I may need to try LaBelle on skin. Yeah. Pear is one of those scents. Now, this is the thing with pear. And I've heard some people say this, but pear can give off that womanly scent vibe. It gives coochie sometimes. And sometimes it's in a good way and sometimes it's not. Um, but you really have to be like a pear person to love that one. But I think that's really what it is with pear. I think pear very much mimics our own pheromones. And I think that's why it can be so off-putting for some people. I think what is that new scent from Amouage? Is it Guidance? The one that's in the really pretty like pinky coral packaging, that one has a very prominent pear note, and people have said it smells like clean puss. Hmm. It smells like clean puss. And I'm kind of here for that. And it's the pear. That's what's giving it that. There's something about that stone fruit that kind of smells like our pheromones. Don't know what it is. I get kind of that same thing with plum too. Plum is also a stone fruit, and I kind of get that thing with plum. Um, I like pear on me. It's usually a top note. It's in Vanilla Was in the scent. It's so exactly pear notes smell like what we smell like when we naturally smell good. I'm just saying, like it smells like us. And I live for it. And I think that's why those are some of the scents that like when people talk about fragrances that like men really love on them, that they get complimented on by men, I'm telling you that's why. That must explain why I love pear scents. Yeah, like I don't mind a scent that smells kind of sexual. I kind of live for it. I kind of live for it, you know? In the same way that certain like salty scents like really can smell like skin, pear can really smell like down there. Yeah. I never knew that. Maybe that's why I struggle with it. Yeah, like if you're not really into something that is more so like skin like if you don't really like salty fragrances that really like give you that skin vibe, then you probably won't like a lot of pear scents because it gives that same kind of situation. I feel like it mimics a lot of our natural body chemistry, and you either really really love it or you don't. They're trying to have people soul snatch. They are because I'm telling you, LaBelle will get your back broke, cracked. You will get snapped open like a Pez dispenser. It's that kind of scent. I'm just saying. Like if you're trying to get turned inside out, you know, you're trying to have somebody turn you into some origami. Mm-hmm. Whips and chains, all of that. Yeah. That's what she gives. Mm-hmm. And I fucks with it. That shouldn't surprise anybody. I fucks with it. Selena. I'm just saying, like, it's gonna go down. If you trying to get dug out, put on LaBelle. Girl, you gonna get dug out. You better be careful. Gonna be somebody's mama you play with that one. Just saying. But yeah, I love a good pear scent, especially when I'm just feeling like ultra feminine, ultra sexy. I think that's why I really gravitate to marshmallow scents too, because I feel like marshmallow scents can tend to be very like skin scent leaning and more of like a comforting way. Like I don't feel like they smell overtly sexual, but they do smell like skin. I have LaBelle. I've been sitting on it for 2 years. I'll had to make that my scent this week. Listen, test it out. Like if it's a scent that you really enjoy, like I know some people it's just too much for them. But if it's a scent you really enjoy, it's a compliment getter. It is a surefire compliment getter. Both of them, the original and the is it the parfum? Both of them are big compliment getters. They will get you chased. Like they're sneaky link perfumes. They're very much sneaky link perfumes. You know, like if I was going to the Salacious Players Club, I would put on LaBelle. Like I would, because I know I would get ate up. Mhm. Selena is done with me. Marshmallows smell so nice in candles. I don't think I have a perfume. But actually, I think Boardwalk Delight has, I think it does have marshmallow in it. If I remember right, I don't own that one, but I think I remember it having marshmallow in it. My favorite marshmallow scents are Princess from Kilian, um, Love Don't Be Shy from Kilian. People kind of hate on Love Don't Be Shy, but it does what it needs to do. Like if I'm trying to smell ultra like sweet, girly, feminine, I love Don't Be Shy on its own, and it's great with other things too. Yeah, the Dua Princeless Princess. Yeah, I think that one isn't that one a clone of Princess if I remember correctly? Um, I could be wrong. I haven't tried anything from Dua, but I'm trying to think in my mind. Um, the only like marshmallow I have that isn't really accessible is one from Lancome. It's Parfait de Roses. It has a really pretty marshmallow note, like rose syrup and aldehydes. Every time I put that on, my mom is like, "You're wearing that marshmallow perfume." Like she always says it smells like fresh marshmallows that you would get at like a really nice like French bakery. It's really, really nice. Does Princess smell the same? So many reviews keep saying the scent changed. See, I have backups of the old one. Um, so I haven't gone out of my way to smell the new one, but actually at my locations, they don't have Kilian in the store. So I can't smell them at any of my locations. I think I would have to go to like Charlotte and go to like Nordstrom if I wanted to smell Kilian in store. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if something changed though. Because a few things have had to change with Kilian over the years, but it's not just Kilian, it's a lot of companies because there have been a lot of regulatory changes and that it was kind of like a big deal a couple of years ago. That's why a lot of brands have just discontinued fragrances because of things that they've had to change. They just can't make it smell the same without certain ingredients. So I wouldn't be shocked if it did have to change because a lot of brands have had to change a lot of their scents because of regulation, because of certain regulations with ingredients. But I mean, in general, I can't imagine that it could have changed that much. If people are saying it's changed with longevity, it wasn't like a huge projector anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, Princess is one of those like I wear when I know I'm gonna be with my man and I want him to kiss up on me and cuddle me. Like it's very like soft, sweet, a little bit spicy. It lasts, but it's not a big projector, you know? So I don't know. But like I said, I have backups. It'll probably take me like a year to finish the one that I have. But if I get a new bottle and it's not as good as what I had, then I'll just be done with that fragrance. But I know like Love Don't Be Shy has changed over the years too, because it's not the same as it was before when it was in the black bottle. I love marshmallow scents. Love Don't Be Shy just makes me feel dainty. Yeah, I love it. It smells really good with Eden Juicy Apple. I don't know if you have any fragrances from M. Micallef, Andrea, but there is a scent called Glamour from M. Micallef, and that with Love Don't Be Shy is just it's so nice. But I live for Love Don't Be Shy. What skincare have you been using lately? I'm trying to find a good moisturizer. I currently have Dr. Jart Vital Hydration Solution. I'm good, but I'm open. I've been still trying a lot of new stuff. I get sent so many things, and I've actually been trying to like actually use them and give them a fair shot. Right now for cleanser, I'm using the CeraVe ceramide cleanser. Really, really nice. I probably won't be repurchasing right now just because mindful purchases, but it's a really great product. If you're not trying to do a bunch of boycotting and stuff like that, that's really good. Because I wear makeup every day now. Like I put on makeup every day when I go to work, and that gets my skin clean. I've been using some products from COSRX. There is a propolis toner. Really, really good. It's really hard for me to find good toners. A lot of the ones that I really enjoy end up getting discontinued or reformulated. I do want to try the new moisturizing balm toner from, what is it? Belief, because they discontinued the witch hazel one that I was obsessed with. But that propolis toner from COSRX is really, really nice. I absolutely adore the snail mucin essence from COSRX. People act like that stuff is so slimy and gross, and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, it's really not. I think people make a big deal out of it because of the ingredient, but it's really, really nice. Like it feels like you're just putting a thicker serum on your face, but it's really soothing. That's part of why I'm glowing so hard right now. That and Danessa Myricks. Danessa got me. That's been really great. I absolutely love the hyaluronic acid products from the P. They have a hyaluronic acid serum and a hyaluronic acid cream. That face cream is everything. Bomb. Insane. Those are like the main products that have really been like showing up and showing out for me. I've been testing some different actives. I really like this one from the N Beauty Project, the Refine AHA and BHA Texture Pore Serum. It reminds me a lot of Good Genes from Sunday Riley, but this is a lot less expensive. I've been using a niacinamide serum from Matter of Fact Beauty. I use that every day. My skin adores it. I've just been getting a lot of breakouts, and I feel like as I'm getting older, like my skin scars so much easily. So it's like the breakouts are clearing up, but they're leaving a lot of scarring. So I need to reintroduce a retinol back into my routine to kind of help with that. But yeah, those are like the main, like the base of the stuff that I've been using. Oh, and this one's really good too from Fresh, the Lotus Youth Preserve Resurfacing Dream Serum. If you want to use an active at night, but you don't want something super duper harsh, try this. Fresh, I feel like, has really been doing my skin well. Back in the day, Fresh used to break me out, and they have really like reformulated, reworked a lot of their products, and my skin adores them now. So those are the ones that I've been loving. Let's see. Princess definitely changed since the bottle changed. You almost returned your new bottle. It's not strong at all. And see, Princess has never been strong to me, so I'm going to have to see. Like, I'll just have to see for myself because, like, I've always loved it, but I never thought that it was, super duper strong or anything, See, soft, sweet, and spicy sounds like me. Yes, like, I love it. Like, that Princess is just a vibe. It's a vibe. But honestly, I honestly don't like Princess in that new bottle. I think they should have kept the bottles the way they were. I understand wanting to streamline, it makes cost cheaper to just have all the bottles be in the same general shape and packaging, but I like the other one, personally. I say Andrea like a Jamaican. I don't know. I have some people that say Andrea and some people that say Andrea. So, you know. I want to try the strawberry scrub from Fresh. I haven't tried that yet, but I heard that it's good. Their stuff is just bomb. That kombucha, the black tea kombucha essence, I hate how much I love it. It's so expensive. It's so expensive, and I hate that I want to buy it. Please add the oath. Listen, it's on my Kindle app. It's on my Kindle app. I just haven't gotten around to reading it yet. I was on live with Tati. She was brainstorming and coming up with that because I was on TikTok one day and I was literally in the middle of making a post about how I wanted more wide shoes from Black authors. And Tati came on live and she was like, so I've been like playing with this. And I really like want to see what you guys think. Like I want to do this wide shoes. And she was giving me the rundown and I said, we need it. And that was like maybe like 2-3 months ago. And she just like whipped it out. So it is on, it's on my Kindle app. I did buy it. I can't wait to read it. And I love her. She's just so sweet. Like she's one of those authors that I will support down bad. Like she is just such a kind soul. But it was really cool to just be in there with her and talk to her about it before. Internet. I don't know what the deal is about because I agree. I love that original Princess bottle. I really enjoyed the bottles and I actually enjoy like using them. Like the spray on them was really, really nice and like concentrated. So I don't know if I come up and like see any like fragrance resellers that still have those old bottles, I might pick up a couple more old ones. When I tell you that book is amazing, it had everything I love, poly, bisexual, and then yeah, I'm really excited about that. Like when she gave me the rundown for that story, I was like, you have to write this book. She was like, do you think people would read it? I was like, yes. Like I think a lot of us are really dying for more poly romance. I think we're dying for more wide shoes with Black romance. I think a lot of us are over this kind of idyllic Black man that's like very much like alpha male and doesn't share. Like we just want something a little different, you know? And I love those dynamics, but we don't get enough of that with Black romance. So when she told me that she was planning to do a wide shoes, I was like, yes. And I was like, and I know you're going to give it the justice that it deserves. Like, I know that you're going to give respect to all of those characters. And when I was like, she was going through, I was just like, oh, this is going to make me cry. Like, this book is going to make me cry. And I'm here for that. I'm here for all of the tears. Make me cry, please. Like I want you to tear me to pieces and then put me back together. That's what I want in my books. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that because I've been reading a lot of like fluffy holiday romance. Well, not all of it has been super fluffy. But I bought all of these holiday books and I was like, I'm going to get to read some of them. Like I'm not going to just let COVID take me out and not read anything. So I just finished this one from one of my author friends. It's called Mistletoe and Mofungo by Lyra Blake. This is really, really, really good. It's about a young woman who is currently in the middle of a divorce. Her husband basically up and leaves her one day, drains their bank accounts, and he just disappears. And she's in the middle of trying to get a divorce from him, but it's been going slow because they can't find him to serve him papers. She's been struggling financially to pay for the lawyers, and especially because he's taken all of their money. So she goes to interview for a new job at a restaurant, but she realizes that the head chef is actually a guy that she ran into at a coffee shop and totally embarrassed herself with like a week prior. This ended up being really, really cute. I absolutely loved it. Like it was super fluffy, but like really, really spicy. It's a bit of a slow burn, but when you get the spice, you get the spice. So that was really good. What's up? Fine Natural Hair Rocks in the house. What's up, boo? I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you? I also read Under the Mistletoe by Leonore Solis. This was really, really cute too. It is Grump on Grump. We have Grumpy MMC and FMC, and they are planning the town's holiday festivities. Really good. Also kind of a slow burn, but the spice was really, really great. We got a really good mirror scene in here. I did read some YA. Love in Winter Wonderland by Abiola Bello. This was so cute. I think I'm going to read this every year come Christmas time. This was adorable. Two young Black kids who are trying to save a family-owned, Black-owned bookstore. It was really good. And then I had to get in some monster romance. I read Monster Pucker. This is by Cleo Evans and Ashley Bennett. Y'all, if you like monster romance, if you like breeding, I need to read this. It is about a human. She's a human. What do you call it? Journalist, and she is trying to further her career and try to see if she can get some dirt on the monster hockey team that is big in their town. She goes to hide in one of the locker rooms and almost gets caught. She hides in a locker and ends up finding the two biggest players on the team banging each other. She gets caught. They catch her watching, a little voyeur. And it turns out that she's actually their mate. This was really, really good. If you like monster romance, you need to check that out. What am I burning in the background? It is Dear Book Hoarder by Posh Candle Company. It's like a leather scent. It smells like leather-bound books. It's really, really good. I need to read more. Girl, yes, I know. Like, I'm really proud of myself for doing better with reading this year. This was like my best reading year to date. I think it also helps that I've been creating content centered around reading. I think it kind of helps me to stay accountable with my reading. And then I also read a couple by A.E. Valdez. I think I've talked about A.E. Valdez on the channel. I think it was All I've Wanted, All I've Needed. One of my favorite books of the year. And so I got into her Three Kings books. I specifically picked these up and saved these for this season because the stories revolve around three brothers. Their last names are King, and they all have winter themed names, and they basically run a toy empire. Their dad was basically like the Santa Claus of the real world, and now they're all running the company themselves. So the first one is very much like a Christmas story. We have Noelle recently broke up with her boyfriend. She decides to go on a trip, and she finds out that her cabin was double booked, and she has been double booked with Mr. King over here. Ended up being really cute, really spicy. This one is very much holiday. And then I also read Winter's Eve, which follows the events of that book, like directly after that. This is about Noelle's best friend, Eve, and Snow's brother, Winter. This is a second chance romance. They were together 10 years ago. They were engaged. Winter's father passed away, and he had a full breakdown, and he ended up they got in a fight. He left her. The engagement was called off, and they didn't see each other for 10 years until his brother and her best friend got engaged, and they were thrown back into each other's lives. This was really, really good. This one isn't necessarily inherently like Christmas. This one follows like directly from the holiday season going into the summer. But this one is way more chunky than Snow King Catches a Snowflake, because this deals with so much of Winter's healing journey. There's a lot of healing between Winter and Eve, and this is really, really good. Both of these, I feel like, are definitely found family as well. So if you love found family, Andrea, I owe you a found family video. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just there were certain authors that I no longer support that had made up a bulk of that video, and I ended up having to just scrap it. But I am going to do one for the new year. But yeah, that's what I've read in the last week. I read all of that this last week, and it was all really, really good. I have to say thank you because your suggestion of Losers got me back into reading this year, and I have just gotten back in love with an old hobby. Listen, Losers changed me, okay? Losers made me realize a lot of things about myself, but that book, those books in general, The Dare and the Losers duet, like peak wide shoes. Like there's just something so special about the relationships between those characters. I adore I adore the Losers duet. So good. I just brought AE's collection. She had a great bundle deal. Ooh. See, I need to start following more author pages. I try to keep up, but I do want to get some like special editions of my faves this year. So, but I'm ready for her to write the next book, but I need to finish the last two books in her existing series. I still need to read Colliding with Fate and A Worthy Love. So I got to get into those this year too. And hopefully we'll get the next book in the Three Kings series. But I'm kind of hoping that we get books about Eve's brothers too, because they got a lot going on. And I want to know what's going on with her brother and the mayor of their town. Drama. Let's see. I actually read books. Everybody else just skim them. I feel that. I look mushy romances with a happy ending. I'm so corny. That is not corny at all. I love me a mushy ass romance. One of my favorites is Alexandria House. Her McLean Brothers series is the perfect mashup of like serious issues, but like super duper mushy. Let Me Love You really made me feel like, you know what, I might want to do this relationship shit again. So good. That was good. Yeah, I've heard The Neighbor Favor is really good. I'm actually going to share that in a haul because I just picked that up from Book Outlet. What else? Anything A.E. Valdez. All of her stuff, like she deals with heavy topics, but she does them in a way that doesn't make you feel depressed. Anything A.E. Valdez is bomb. I love Kennedy Ryan, but she does heavy topics. So you got to be in the mood to have your heart broke just a little bit. You know, she'll put you back together. If you're going to go with anything Kennedy Ryan, I would suggest starting off with Before I Let Go. That was amazing. I also just finished the Kingmaker duet from Kennedy Ryan. That was really, really good too. It's not as heavy as the Hoop series because the Hoop series gets really heavy. But yeah, Alexandria House, I feel like is a really great place to start. JL Seegers is really, really great too. I love JL Seegers. Yes, only for the week. Rome? Oh my, ooh. I love that book. I gotta get a hard copy of that. Because I have it on my Kindle app. I really want to get a Kindle this year, y'all. I think I need to do it. I need to bite the bullet because I get so many e-arcs that I just need to get Kindle because reading on my phone is hurting my eyes. But I've also just been considering getting an iPad, so we'll see. But yeah, I loved Only for the Week. That was so good. Yeah, Kennedy Ryan will have you in tears. I got an e-arc of her next book. This Could Be Us. I'm probably gonna start that this week. I adore Before I Let Go. Like that book has my entire soul. I'm sorry if y'all can hear my dogs. But yeah, I love that so much. Are you going to watch the Black TV series? I read the book because of you, and now I feel yes. I'm excited. There are so many Black authors that are getting their books adapted into series. I am very excited to see what they do with Before I Let Go. I'm very excited. And I think who is it? Regina Black is getting her book. The Artist Scandal, that is being adapted. My only thing is that bitch Julie Plec is going to be the one doing it. I'm not excited for that. We all know how she did Bonnie Bennett, okay? So I don't know why she feels the need to touch anything having to do with Black women. So I'm excited for Regina Black for getting her book adapted, but I'm not excited about the fact that Julie Plec is going to be involved in that in any capacity. Black Cake. I want to watch it, but I refuse to get Hulu. I had Hulu once. It was a waste of money, so I might see if I can, catch a free trial just to watch it because I loved that book. It was so good. And I was telling mom, like, if I can catch a free trial of it, I think that I will, like, me and her will just binge watch it together because that was so good. Have you read the Lucy Score Knockout trilogy? I'll be honest, I have never been interested in a book by Lucy Score. Just her books have never really interested me. Like Things We Never Got Over, I've never been into that. I've seen her books before and they just never really interested me. I'm more of like a Morgan Elizabeth type girl. I'm actually reading one of her books right now, Big Nick Energy. It's good. It's really good. It's wholesome and like super spicy. This isn't part of her Seasons of Revenge series, but it's related to that series. The FMC in this book, we met in 'Tis the Season for Revenge, and she was the mother that Damien was representing in a pretty serious divorce case. And so this book is about her, and she's finding love again with an older cowboy gentleman. And he's everything. He's like a true nurturer. And I live for it. So good. Christina C. Jones has a Black vampire. Yes, I want to read that so bad. I want to really get into my CCJ bag this year. I read Behind the Scenes. I adore that book. I got Hostile Takeover, but I haven't read it yet. That's going to be one of the first things I read in January. But I just want to read her entire backlist. But I've heard so much about the Blackwood series, so I definitely plan on getting into that. I also am loving Shanora Williams. She did her series Vicious Bonds. I read that book in November. I'm obsessed. I'm not really much of an urban fantasy girly, right? Like I prefer my fantasy to like it needs to be fantasy. Like I don't really like it when the worlds cross. Shanora Williams did such a good job with the urban fantasy of it all. Like it's so good. I'm obsessed. I actually have book 2 over here. I have 2 book hauls that I need to do. So y'all are going to be getting book hauls. The only reason I haven't done Book and Breakfast is because trying to cook with an unruly puppy has been wild. Hank is huge, and he's discovered that he is huge. And it's been interesting trying to cook and trying to film downstairs. So that's why y'all haven't gotten Book and Breakfast. The last one I filmed was a disaster because he was just knocking down the camera. He was just everywhere. He is all over the place and clumsy and just hot messish. So I got recommended Things We Never Got Over from a pen pal. Yeah, I've heard some people really like love that book, but a lot of my friends have said that they felt like the characters were too immature to be in their 30s. And I know that would just drive me crazy. Like I can't. But I think there's like 3 books in that series now. Ooh, The Nanny. I have not heard of that. I will put it on my list. I haven't heard of either one of those. Have you read Ablaze from A.H. Cunningham? If you haven't read anything from A.H., you need to. Like she does really, really well with representation with kink, LGBTQ plus representation. She is amazing. But like all of her stuff is like super good, super kinky. I want to really get into her backlist this year. Can we see him, y'all? That I can't pull that dog in here right now. Y'all will see him in a video though. The next Book and Breakfast that I film, I will let you guys see him. He's huge. But yeah, he's too big for me to pick up, and he's not the best listener right now. So I'm not gonna let him come in here and tear things up. But he's a sweet puppy. He fits right in. He's such a sweet puppy. He's just a hot mess. He is silly. He is unruly. That's my baby, though. I love him. But he is just a big, fluffy, thick mess of a dog. But and Copper's doing a lot better too. Like he's finally like not sick and he's been able to play with Hank. And they love each other, so that's been good. I'm on the last book in the series. I can definitely see where your friends are coming from. I've been enjoying the series. Yeah, I feel like, and sometimes, we read books that were like, there's something that's just keeping me here. Don't know why, but I'm enjoying it for what it is. Like I have one of those. It's the Agia Santa series by Mario Pomeroy. The first one is it Honey? No. The first one is Hellfire. The second book is Honey. And those books irk my soul, but I can't stop reading them. Yeah, they drive me crazy, but I can't stop reading them. Will I probably read the third book? Yes. But they piss me off. Like they literally piss me off. The first book, like it was just to the point where I was like, the FMC just needs to die. Like her life is too miserable. Like I think it would just be better off with her if she just didn't exist anymore. That's it's terrible. I'm going to do like a video on my most like disappointing reads of 2023. Some of them weren't inherently bad. They just weren't what I wanted them to be. And that series is going to be on there because I have some feelings about those books. You with Toni Morrison. Listen, Toni Morrison will have you fighting for your life. Like straight fighting for your life. I still haven't read Beloved because I just know. I'm going to adore it, but I'm going to be fighting for my life. I feel like that's going to be me when I start reading Ethic by Ashley Antoinette. I was talking to one of my friends, Mama Book Talk over on TikTok, and I got Moth to a Flame. Y'all will see this in the haul. And I also picked up Ethic. But she was telling me, she was like, just so you know, like, these books will stress you out and it doesn't get better. She was like, it just, like, the trauma just keeps going. I was like, oh, so it's one of those. She was like, there's no HEA. I was like, oh. So I just know when I start these, I'm going to be stressed. But so many people talk about them, So the only thing I hate is that, like, I wish that the actual name of the book was on the spine and not the author. But yeah, it's okay. So there's Ethic and then there's Butterfly. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to need like some good palette cleansers in between. So it's a good thing that I have lots of new things. I have lots of new like fluffy reads. And also just super duper spicy shit because I love super duper spicy shit. I also like took part in the all black book affair and Stuff Your Kindle Day, and I think there's another Stuff Your Kindle Day coming tomorrow, and it's going to be all fantasy, so be on the lookout for that. I will, if you guys want the links, like I can try to put them up when I find them tomorrow for you guys. So yeah, I have tons of shit in my Kindle app that I need to read too. Tons of free books that I picked up. I have quite a few from AH that I need to read now because she participated in Stuff Your Kindle Day and I was able to get a couple of hers. But yeah, you will love Ablaze. It's so good. It's so good. And it kind of has some elements of like Friends to Lovers too. It's really good. Same for Terry McMillan. Yeah. I think the last Terry McMillan book I read, I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good. It was the only one that I've read that just didn't feel like traumatizing, It was more of like kind of like a more like middle-aged like self-discovery book. It was really good. But yeah, Terry McMillan will have you feeling cray, but Kennedy Ryan will have you just like screaming, crying, throwing up. Like Long Shot, that book changed my life. It is one of the best books I have ever read, but I was sobbing. Like the things that that man does to Iris in that book, like, just deeply disturbing. And I think it affects you so much as a reader because you know how much research and work that Kennedy Ryan does, and you know that so much of what she's put into this writing has actually happened to women that she has interviewed and spoken with. Um, and so it's that layer of that, like, this book is fiction, but the things that are happening in this book aren't really fiction. Like, someone actually had to live through this. Um, so yeah, it gets you. I was sad when I finished Madam. I didn't want I haven't read it yet. I decided that I was going to wait until the beginning of the year because I know I'm gonna cry. I know I'm gonna cry. I love that series so much. And I have adored Eden since book one. Like, she has been one of my favorite characters in that series. I will be honest, I enjoyed Highest Bidder. I rated it a 4-star, but I was disappointed in the book because I felt like Ronan deserved a better FMC. I absolutely despise Daisy. I thought she was too childish. And I truly feel like Ronan should have had an FMC like Iris from Longshot. I think that he should have had someone who, yeah, like, it still would have been a significant age gap, but someone who has really been seasoned, has been through shit, has been through life, who has responsibilities and is capable of taking care of herself. Like, the fact that he had to just make sure Daisy ate. But Daisy also hadn't really been through much outside of losing her mom. And I just felt like you really over here with $1 million in your bank account pretending to be poor and living in a van. Like, that is so what, like, new age white girl of you. Like, honey. I hated Daisy, and I felt like Ronan, as someone who was such a nurturer and as a character who had been waiting so long to find his person after losing his wife and child, like, I felt like his character deserved so much better. So I was disappointed with Daisy as a character, but Ronan is such a great male character that I felt like it made up for the book. So yeah, I'm excited to read Madam because I adore that series. Like, Salacious Players Club is probably one of my favorite series of all time, and I absolutely love Sarah Kate. Like, I love her writing, and she's coming out with some really interesting new stuff this year. So I'm hyped to see what we get with her. I was so happy she got her happy ending. Yeah. It was disturbing. It was soul crushing, but it's one of those books, like, once you read it, like, you are changed. You are thoroughly changed after you read that book. But I just loved seeing the evolution of Iris. Like, I down bad for her. Down bad for her. These sound like good. Listen, girly, they are amazing titles. Write them down. Put them on your list. Download them on your Kindle. Get you some physical copies. They're immaculate. I agree. The Highest Bidder was not my fave. Sarah did Madam Justice with her story. It was beautiful and not what you will expect. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I already felt where it was going when we were introduced to, what was his name, Clint, something like that, and when we came across him in Highest Bidder. So I was already super excited, but I feel like Eden is just, she is the girl's girl. Like, she has everyone's back. Like, she is the backbone of Salacious Players Club. Like, Salacious Players Club would not be the Salacious Players Club without Madam Kink. Like, I adore Eden. One of my favorite female characters of all time. Hands down. So I was hoping that we would get a little bit of redemption after the Highest Bidder, because, like I said, absolutely love Ronan, but I wanted to throw Daisy out of a window. I wanted Ronan to have a woman's woman. And Daisy was a childish pygmy. And like in my mind, there is no way that I would ever believe that they would run off to have like a bajillion kids and live happily ever after. Mm-mm. I'm going to head out. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a happy new year, love. Thank you for hopping in. Mwah. Kennedy Ryan is that girl. Yes. I am desperate to meet her. I'm hoping that she does something in Raleigh soon because she lives in Raleigh. I'm hoping that she does some kind of like book signing, meet and greet, something like that, so I can go out there and meet her. I've like conversed with her over social media, and she is one of the sweetest humans. Because I was actually talking to her about how I feel like Keenan from Hookshot does not get enough love. Like I think Keenan is one of my comfort characters because he is just supportive. Like I feel like if a character could be a weighted blanket, it would be Keenan Ross. Like I love him. I love the way that he was just so down bad and just there for Lotus. He was like I'm just gonna be here. You do what you need to do, and I'm here. I got you. And I don't think he gets enough love. Like that is my man, my man, my man. It sounds so nice. I honestly don't know what she looks like, but she seems like a nice person. She is phenomenal. Like she's just one of those people that I feel like we are so lucky that she exists. She's gorgeous too. But she is such a kind soul. She really has a genuine love for romance, and I love how she talks about the way that she uses the genre. Because so many people think that romance is just supposed to be a fluffy genre, like it's not serious. But I love that she approaches romance as kind of a foil for us to talk about difficult topics. And it's one of the best places to do it, like she said, because you're guaranteed a happy ending. Is it going to be rough? Yes. Is it going to be difficult? Is it going to make you cry? Absolutely. But you know that the characters are going to come out on top at the end. And so I could listen to the woman talk for hours. She is phenomenal. And she does so much research. She, credits the people that make her stories. And you don't get that a lot with every author. You really don't. And I think she's someone that like we all really have to just value in this community. Like she is everything. I recently finished the Kingmaker duet, and even that one had me sobbing. There is a scene in The Rebel King that I did not see coming, and I was distraught. And that's how you know. That's how you know her writing is good. Like I was hurt. I had to close the book and cry. I was really in my feelings. Let's see. I'm reading more in this new year. I'm glad I've read the 6 I did this year. Definitely. Like I feel like anytime you're adding to your reading, experiencing new stories and different perspectives, like that's all that matters. Reading helps me shop less. Same. I feel like I spend less money. I mean, yeah, do I buy books? Yeah, but I feel like I spend less money because I'm spending more of my time reading and not trying to find an outlet to curb my boredom, because I'm the type of person I'll just buy shit because I'm bored. I don't do that because I always have a book in my hand now. And I used to be like that. Like when I was a kid, I always had a book in my hand. And now I love that I'm back to being that girl, Are you doing anything for New Year's Day? No, I'm just going to be resting. I'm going to try to film a little bit tomorrow and see if I can get some things knocked out. We'll see, because Aunt Flo started this weekend and the cramps have been killer. So it'll really depend on like how much energy I have. But I do want to try to film at least a haul in my 2023 favorites tomorrow. I want to try to knock those out and see if I can get the first one edited, especially since I couldn't do Vlogmas this year. I started doing Vlogmas and then I got sick. So that didn't work out for me. But it's okay. There wouldn't have been anything to vlog because all of us ended up sick and we didn't even get to put up the tree. Like, we didn't get to do anything. We didn't get to go see the lights. So yeah, there wasn't really much to show anyway. So, you know. I really enjoyed Great Huffington this year. I really want to get into Great Huffington in 2024. She just has so many books, but she recently just had a bunch of her novellas and a couple of her novels up for free on Kindle. So I downloaded all of those. I think that'll be a great place to start, but I do want to start Luca this year. And I want all of her stuff in physical copy. So I'll be spending a good amount of money on Great Huffington this year. Yeah, I've heard that her books are like really great. Like if you're trying to get back into reading and you like really enjoy like Black romance, like that's where you want to be. Yeah. Let's see. Aunt Flo annoyed. I know. Like I'm not a party girl either. And if it is a party, like it's got to be like a dinner party. Like I'm trying to like chill, play like a really intense game of Uno, eat good food, all of that. I'm not trying to like go out and like go crazy and get drunk and all that stuff. That's just not my thing. Are we all on our periods? Are we all suffering right now? I knew I was gonna end up on mine. Like I could feel it coming. I was like, yeah, watch me like recover from COVID and then my body be like, oh, by the way, here's your period. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I just can't stand my period. Like it honestly could be worse. My periods haven't been that bad. I just feel like they're getting a little bit heavier. And they've been really annoying while being at work. So been trying to be mindful of that. Usually if I like start taking my pain meds early, I'm good. But if I miss them, it's not good for me. You're on your period every new year. Now that I think about it, I think every new year I've started my cycle. I've been very regular, which I'm not used to, but these last couple of years, like it's really gotten on track for me. Like I've actually been able to track my cycles, which is very, very nice. Every now and then, like I'll kind of have something happen, and my cycle will get kind of strange, so I have to keep an eye on it. But for the most part, I've been good. It's a nice feeling. How has the job been this year? It's been good. I really enjoy working with the kids. I think especially it's kind of perfect for me because I am helping these kids learn to read. And you guys know that reading has my heart. Like that is one of my passions. Like yeah, I'm a scientist, but reading has my heart. So being able to teach these little kids how to read and help them with that, because I have so many kids who just they really struggle confidence wise, and you can just tell that they have people around them that haven't been supporting them in their education. And so that's really been the biggest hurdle. Like these kids are very much capable, but a lot of them are just afraid to go through the hiccups of learning. They're afraid of being wrong. They're afraid of being made fun of because they don't understand things. So it's been really, really great. I love the team that I work with, especially because I am in one of the few places where I work around a lot of very supportive older Black women. Sometimes working with a lot of older Black women can be a little contentious. They're not all, but the women that I work with at the school are phenomenal and they are so supportive. They've been so supportive of me. And they love me so much. So it was like I got there and I just kind of fit right in. Of course, like there's a lot going on too. Unfortunately, like I am working in an underserved community, and unfortunately, a lot of these kids are going through a lot. And they deal with some pretty difficult things that most adults couldn't handle. And so I do end up kind of playing counselor along with, trying to tutor and help these kids get to where they need to be throughout the day and all of that. But it's been worth it. I've developed really awesome relationships with these little people. They're very protective of me. They get very upset if I can't come to work. So it's been good. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the school. I enjoy the kids even when they're at their worst. Like I will take a child at their worst over an adult at their worst any day. Any day. So I am definitely I'm enjoying working with them. So yeah, it's been fun. And I love the kiddos. And they love that I read. And I've had so many kids tell me that like and I've had so many kids tell me that like now that they've been in my class, because my mom's class specifically is a remedial reading class. Like she only teaches reading, like she does science and social studies at the end of the day, but that's the other part of the reason why I'm in there, because that class specifically, those kids are remedial for reading. Um and they've told both of us that like they hated reading, and now that they've like been in our class that they actually love reading. When I tell you, that makes me cry. Like, yeah, I'm such a softie. But like, to have a child tell you that, yeah, like that means everything. I actually had one of my kids. She moved outside of the county, but she gave me. She literally came to school and she was like, "I know you love to read, and I know you haven't been feeling well, so I wanted to give you a book that makes me happy." And she gave me her favorite book, and she gave me a bookmark too. Y'all, when I tell you, I sobbed. I sobbed like a baby. It still makes me want to cry. So of course I'm going to read it. This actually sounds really cute, and especially like having middle grade books. Um, that is for our little black girls. So but yeah, my babies, they're so sweet. You get worried when you're not consistent. I feel that. I feel that I'm used to like not being consistent with my period, because my period has been annoying my whole life. So if it gets out of whack, usually I don't question it. I feel like most women have their cycles within at least a week. Yeah. Mine lasts about a week. I kind of want to look into how periods and the moon cycle actually correlate. Maybe it's some truth to it. I think there is. I definitely think there is. But our bodies are also just very instinctual. So I think all of that is connected for sure. Some children are just so sweet. It's their personality for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Our class, they're very immature socially. And you can tell that their class and this group of fourth graders all started kindergarten during COVID lockdown. And you can tell because a lot of them struggle socially, but they are super sweet children. Like, they're not malicious, they're not mean kids. They have their moments, they get in fights, they can say some rough stuff. I don't blame them for that. It's very obvious that that's the stuff that they're seeing at home. But they're sweet kids. Like, they are some of the sweetest children I've ever met. And a lot of them, they just need time to cool down. We have a lot of kids in our class that are really supposed to be in self-contained environments, should not be in regular classes, but because of how the state does things, they have to be in regular classes right now. And we don't have an EC teacher like we should. So, I meant women have their cycles in a week of one another. Oh yeah, for sure. Like when my mom, like before my mom had menopause, even me with my cycle, like if I started her period. When I've worked with other women, yeah, like somehow we would all end up on our periods at the same time. People say that that's not a thing. It absolutely is a thing. It is. I think it's just instinctual. And even like for me, like right now with Hank, because his little boy parts just came in, he gets very standoffish and upset when I'm about to start my period. Yeah. Like even the dogs know. If I take medications that alter my hormones in any way, the dogs freak out. Like Copper gets really, really upset. Like he will try to cover my belly because he thinks that something's wrong with me. So yeah, that our bodies, I don't know why like doctors try to treat us like our bodies aren't as instinctual as they are. But like if my dog knows that I'm a week away from my cycle starting, then I don't know it. I'm pretty sure we all sync up. It's so cool. My friends and I sync like recycle sisters. Exactly. Like I remember when I worked at Soma and every like clockwork, we would always end up synced up. I mean, it's a store full of women, so you know. But yeah, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, y'all, I'm starting to get tired. Aunt Flo has me worn down. We're all mammals, exactly. We're all mammals. Our bodies have their own natural instincts, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to like pull up and just talk to you guys. I know there were several of you that wanted information about the fact that, I was actually like with somebody seriously. So, I had to come and gush about that with you guys. But I just wanted to come and like pull up and just check in with you guys because it's just really hard for me to get up content these days. Like once I leave the job, like I love my job, but once I leave that school building, I don't even want to hear my own name. I definitely don't feel like editing videos once I leave. So it's been really, really hard for me to get up content. And on the day in the middle of the week that I do have off, I genuinely don't feel like filming. Like I really don't. Um, but I am going to try to get back on the schedule. I don't know how well that's going to go. Because every day with work and just the things that I have to do outside of the classroom, they end up getting a little crazy. So we'll see. But I have lots of things that I want to post. I want to get back on it with Book and Breakfast. I have tons of things I need to film for the channel, tons of ideas, tons of things that can go up. It's just having the time. And right now I haven't really had the time. And I'm also making it a point to give adequate time to my relationship. So, it's hard juggling all of those things, but we shall see. But I enjoyed chatting with you guys. Thank you guys so much for pulling up and hanging out with me. I'm going to leave this live up. So if anyone wants to come back and check this out, you can. But I hope all of you guys have a lovely night. Have a happy new year. If you decide to go to any parties, be safe. Don't overconsume. Get home safe, okay, guys? I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in 2024. Bye, babes.